Perfect. Alrighty, what's your name here? Zach, did you vote for Trump?
No.
Okay. Trump supporters request up in the box you with the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen 737-295-5321. Welcome into the stream, guys. Welcome into the stream. Because of the many events that are taking place in the world today, direct actions of Donald Trump, or better yet, the actions of his party, that in no way, shape, or form is putting America first or making the country better. I think now's the time to create a platform or a space for Trump supporters to come up and express their disapproval or straight up regret for the orange Mussolini. However, if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, this is a live for you as well. But primarily, if you do regret your vote, I would like for you to call in the number on screen or request up in the box and express exactly what made you get up off the MAGA plantation. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you can request up in the box because I can give you several reasons as to why you should. Any normal Republican does not regret their vote. Well, normal Republicans don't support Trump, or at least shouldn't, not by principle. I grew up with actual Republicans. Republicans don't really like Trump. I want to keep that a $1.50. Republicans don't, in principle, should not support Trump. Donald Trump is the opposite of Republican values in every way, shape, or form. You'll hear a lot of Republicans actually say this, which is why it's funny how he gets away with this stuff. Like they'll literally say he's not even a real Republican. He's a Democrat for the majority of his political scenery, we'll say. So it's super interesting to me when you guys say stuff like that. But in any case, I don't argue with Russian bots in the comments. So there's that. We do have some interesting news coming out today, I believe. And let me go ahead and double check this. I think we got some news on Donald Trump's lawsuit with the IRS. So I do want to read that for you guys while we're waiting on them. Those of you who aren't familiar with the story.
Suing the IRS and the Treasury Department over a leaked tax return during his first term in office.
Donald Trump went ahead and sued the IRS for $10 billion. This is because of the leak that took place during the 2020 election, where people released the fact that he wasn't paying his taxes. And then the man got up on the debate stage when it was presented to him, and he said with his full chest, well, I was only doing what a system allowed me to do. So we have a man admitting to defrauding the government solely because there was loopholes there to do so, which is crazy. And you would think that this guy, at that point, people would have realized that he was a criminal, but fast forward to 2024, when he was then convicted of 34 counts of fraud. Some of you guys tend to forget that. In fact, I still get people arguing with me about the fact that Donald Trump is not a convicted felon. As if January of 2025, he was not sentenced to an unconditional discharge. The conviction actually took place before 2025. The conviction took place 2024. The sentencing came out 2025. As it sits right now, that's what he is. Quite literally a criminal in the Oval Office. And now people are using it to say felons' rights, but tell me what legislation that Trump or the Republican Party has passed so far to give more rights or leniency to felons. It was never about felons' rights. It was always about getting your guy in power, regardless of his criminal record or not. But let me put up this story on the screen for you so we can read over it together. Trump supporters request up in the box you are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Shrink that right over here. Thank you guys for knocking out the 1 cent gift goals. Very important that we do that until the next couple of minutes to get us boosted out in the FYP. If you haven't sent your daily heartbeats, make sure you do that as well. Share out the live with your friends and family, repost, add to your story. I don't know where they're hiding their heads, Cat. In fact, I can't say it or this app will flag me. President Donald Trump is expected to drop his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS in exchange, there's a caveat, for the creation of a $1.7 billion fund to compensate allies who claim they were wrongfully targeted by the Biden administration. So it's, the commission overseeing the compensation fund would have the total authority to hand out approximately $1.7 billion in taxpayer funds to settle claims brought by anyone who alleges they were harmed by the Biden administration's weaponization of the legal system, including the nearly 1,600 individuals charged in connection with the January 6th Capitol attack, as well as potentially entities associated with President Donald Trump himself. So, if you don't give me $10 billion for telling the truth about the fact that I was a fraudster, then or if excuse me, if you can make a deal that says we're just going to create this fund to give people who are prosecuted because of their affiliation with me and their crimes, if you give them a compensation fund, then I will drop this lawsuit for you guys for announcing the fact to the American public that I'm a criminal. Didn't he already get impeached for this quid pro quo stuff? Like the first impeachment over Ukraine and the conversation he had with Zelensky? What is up with this quid pro quo? I butchered that the first time. I just find that super duper interesting. Big Bundy, go ahead and come up and tell me how they're misdemeanors, buddy. Because tell me without telling me that you've never read the case. I don't know why you podcast bros think you can actually contend with a real one. Why do you podcast bros think you can contend with a real one? Make it make sense. Anyway, we have our first guest. This ought to be fun. Black guy with a red hat. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I voted for the sitting president, sir.
Cool. Do you regret your vote?
Absolutely not. Why would I regret something that's doing wonders for the country?
God bless you.
Well, how you define wonders is yet to be contended.
God bless you.
What do you consider wonders? Thank you so much, Tay-Tay, for the overreacts, and thank you, Leon, for the Panther pause. I appreciate you.
Focus on Americans. That's what I call wonders. Stop
Focus on
worried about
Americans.
everybody's personal lives and worry about Americans first. Put America first.
I'm sorry. Did you just say stop worrying about people's personal loves? Life. Got you. Well, that would be your
Sexuality,
you
sexuality and stuff like that. Stop putting that to the forefront. And they got people that's hungry and unhoused in the world, in the country.
That's literally what the Republican Party has been doing for years.
I mean, that's like a cat fight. You're going to say that, I can say this. It's gonna be back and forth.
One
Facts.
Call from
Neil.
Neil, you're on the line. I have a guest up, so hold for one moment, please.
God bless you.
My guy, thank you, Emmy, for the overreacts. I appreciate you. Thank you for clearing that out. Continue to do all the good things. If you click on my name in the top left corner, anyone would like to support the gift gallery to knock that out for the rest of the week, because this is my Friday. Y'all won't see me again. Please feel free to do so. The Republican Party is very much the base that has been running off of people's personal family dynamics, their private parts, so on and so forth, with their attacks on the LGBTQIA, specifically the T, with their legislation against women's rights in red states, specifically the right to bodily autonomy. That's been their thing. They've quite literally been hyper-focusing on identity.
So what you're saying
politics.
is that they started attacking somebody's sexuality, or the people started pushing their sexuality to the front? Which one would happen first?
What do you mean? How do you define pushing your sexuality to the front?
By saying, hey, I'm this way, respect me. Nobody cares. You should be doing that in your own bedroom, not in
I mean,
front of
they
press
would be
conferences.
afforded rights and protection under the
Why
Constitution,
would I?
right?
Why would
So
you
if
need
I
rights
said,
for something
"Hey,
that should
I'm
be
black,
covered?
please respect me,"
Because
I can
that's
say
you
that.
can't hide.
That gives no
You can't hide
requirements.
or contain your blackness. But sexuality doesn't have to be pushed to the forefront, sir. And
Okay.
you know that.
Again, based off of how you defined pushing something on the forefront, me saying I'm black, respect me, would be doing the same thing, whether I hide it
No,
or
it's
not.
not. Because you don't have to say that you're black, sir. You don't have to say it.
Okay.
You don't. You don't. You
Okay.
can't hide it. You can't hide it. You can't tuck it. You can't put it away from later.
Okay, so my blackness is apparent. My blackness
It's
is
you.
bold. My blackness
It's
is
you.
loud, right? It's
Right.
me.
That has nothing to do with your sexuality, though.
Okay, so it's me. So whether I proclaim it or not, or people just notice it without my verbal authorization of it or not,
So what are you
is
saying?
irrelevant.
What are you saying, black men? That you're equating being black to being a
No,
sexual
it wasn't.
preference?
It wasn't an equation. It was
So
simply.
why
It
did
was.
you
It's
say
an
it?
immutable characteristic, right?
Why did you, it wasn't it? It
So
wasn't
the
it.
immutable
If it wasn't that,
characteristic
why would you say
is
it?
just there, and
But
we are
being
picked
black
on.
is not the same characteristic as your sexuality,
It
sir.
is an immutable characteristic. Under that umbrella,
Oh,
yes.
you could say all the immutable dictionary words you want, but just being black and somebody's sexuality is two different experiences.
Is being
Totally.
gay something you can change?
Yes.
You believe you can control your sexuality, like you can stop yourself
Yes.
from being gay.
That's your preference. Like you don't get hit in the head and,
Yeah,
and
your
become gay.
sexual preference that you would develop, right? It's not something you can turn on
Right.
and off.
So
No
if you can
different from the
develop
fact
it,
that
can't you
I can't turn
undevelop
it
it?
on or off.
If you could develop it, can't you undevelop it?
No, not necessarily.
Why not? Why not? So I know you're gay. You're a
How
gay
does
man, right?
I'm
You're a gay man. I mean, I'm
not.
saying I'm not offensive, not being offensive, but if I throw
I
you
don't
in a
care if you were. I'm not
if I
gay.
throw you in a
Why
room
do you
full of
think I'm
women
gay?
every day, if I throw you in a room full of women every day, maybe depending on how gay you are,
If you
makes
throw
it
me in
2
a
weeks,
room
3
full
weeks,
of
3
women
months.
every day, I'm
Yeah.
going to consensually have fun. I don't know what
No,
the point of you bringing
but I
that
wasn't
up
really
is.
speaking to you because it caught a nerve, but I wasn't really speaking to you
You
like
didn't
you.
catch a nerve. I'm just curious as to where you get gayness from out of me. Is it my
No,
skin?
I wasn't speaking to
Is it
you
my
like that.
moisturized skin? You literally said you're probably gay. That's what you said. You said you're gay. You just said that.
Well, all right. Well,
So
maybe
how are
you
you
are.
not speaking to me when you said you're gay? Who the fuck
Well,
else is on this panel?
I didn't say you're gay. I said if you're a gay man, if I throw you in a room full of women every
You
day,
literally said you're a gay
you
man.
might undevelop that gayness. You might develop heterosexual.
Maybe, or you would expand your preference. That wouldn't stop you from being gay. If you throw a gay man in a room with a bunch of women, I would then argue that person, if anything, would just turn out to be bisexual, but that would not inherently stop his attraction for men. Being in the presence of women, someone who, if a gay man would not be sexually attracted to, would not stop your preference for men just because it's out of sight, out of mind, but it's not out of sight, out of mind. It's just not in your presence.
You're going down the wrong road. Like, let's see
I'm
you.
really not.
I don't care about your sexuality, but you're a black man. So I see you down the street, I'm like, oh, let me take care of that black man that's in help and that's in need of my help, not of that sexual preference, guy. I wouldn't look at your preference. You're a
Okay, so
black man.
you would help someone just because they're black. I would help someone on the street who I would deem to be in need of help, regardless of their skin color. I don't know why you're hyper focusing on that.
Because I feel like, me personally, I just think that we need the most help.
Sure, no problem.
We are so confused.
I expand my reach. So back to the original conversation, because this has gone all over the goddamn
God
place.
bless you.
Someone saying I'm gay, please respect me, is a request and something they're afforded under the First Amendment. I would just say maybe comply. Don't be a dick. That's not
Why
forcing
should I
anything
know that you're
down
gay?
anyone's
Why
throat.
do I gotta know that you're gay?
Why do you
That's
not
like-
have to? How does that affect you? How does someone saying I'm gay
Why does-
affect you?
Why does it mean knowing? I shouldn't know that. I should just say, yeah, you're a
What
man,
do you mean you shouldn't know
or
that?
female, or whatever. You're a human being in front of me, not a.
You
your
saying
sexual
you shouldn't
preference.
know that is what you saying people don't have the right to tell you or say what they are? I imagine not a lot of gay people really want to talk to you, so I don't know why this is an issue for you.
No, but I'm saying I shouldn't know that. I should know the characteristics of your personality or whatever the case may
Okay.
be. I should not know your sexual.
Someone's sexual orientation very much could go into their personality. Me being black is a part of my personality, my black identity, my black advocacy. That can all be considered "quote unquote" identity politics. No different
Is
from a
it your
gay
identity
person.
or is it stigmas?
If a gay
That's
person
thrown
talks
on you.
about someone they're attracted to of the same sex, that
Hold
is
on,
a
the
part
black
of their
experience, though,
personality,
'cause
talking about their
I'm
preferences,
black and
what
you're
they like,
black,
how they
so
attract to them.
I'm black and you're black, so we have something in common, right? Now, is it a stigma or is it the personality of being black? Which one is it?
Is being black a stigma? What?
No, I'm saying we adapt more or attach more to the stigmas of being black. There is no black personality.
Adapt or attach? I never said there was a black personality. No different from there being a "quote unquote" gay
You just said there was a
personality.
gay personality. You just said there was a
No,
gay
I
personality.
said being gay could be a part of their personality or manifest through
Yo,
their
bro, you is just
personality.
word
Their
salad
mannerisms,
genius.
their literal mannerisms, the
You
ones
are
that we
the
would
word
consider more
salad
"quote
genius.
unquote" feminine for one. The things that they talk about, the things that they advocate for, that could be a part of their personal life. My personality is also about black excellence, black freedom, right? Black stuff. That would be a part of my personality and how it would manifest, how we speak about things. That's not my entire personality. My blackness isn't personality. Someone's gayness isn't personality. No gay person moves like that.
I mean, obviously you would know, but what I'm saying is this.
What does that
though.
mean?
I should not know.
What does that mean?
What your sexual preferences in your private.
What does
sector.
that mean? What does that mean? Obviously, I would know.
Because you're very well.
Is this the part where you go back to calling me gay, even though we've already been over this?
Because You're well polished on something that needs not to leave the bedroom.
I'm being gay isn't a bedroom issue.
So why is it a public issue then?
It's not a quote unquote public issue. How?
Why do I have to know that you're gay when I'm speaking to you? We talking business. Why I gotta know if you bend dudes over?
Can you tell me when in your
Why you
life
want that to
have
go
you
through
been
my
in a
head?
conversation with someone and in the middle of you talking about business or this or that, they just went, "Oh, by the way, I'm gay." So, anyways, this contract over here.
Yes,
can you tell me when that's
what's
happened?
happening.
And
That's-
better
that's
yet,
happened.
if it
In
has
business.
happened, tell
In
me why
business,
that
yes.
is such a hiccup for you. Why does that
No,
bother you?
no, because they're using it as like leverage now. Now, look, as
They're
a
not.
gay person in America, I had to go through this and do that. Shut
That
the
is
fuck
true.
Up, man.
Gay
Shut the
people
fuck up. I'm a black
went
man in
through
America,
years
man.
of
That shit
oppression.
pissed me off.
You're correct.
Years of oppression.
People
Shut
can
the
speak on that. I'm sorry.
Alright,
Are
you
you
calm down, you calm
unaware
down.
of what
You
gay
calm
people
down.
have been
Excuse
through
me,
in the
excuse me.
United States?
Are you unaware what black people has been through in the United States?
2 years ago, I
In the
was having a
world?
conversation with an ex-military vet. Thanked him for his service, but he was a piece of shit. We were having a conversation about gay people because for some reason Republicans can't seem to stop talking about them. And this man got to laughing and
That's
smirking.
like y'all can't
And he
stop
had a
talking about the Epstein
full-blown
files.
conversation with other people. I would argue we should probably keep talking about the fact that the United States has literally been protecting pedophiles, but whatever. This man got into a full-blown conversation and literally smirked at the idea of having a flashback of him in his early 20s, when him and his friends, when they got out from school, would go walk the town looking for, and he said the word, I'm not going to say it, F-A-G, you can spell the rest, and he would brag about going around, finding them, and beating the ever-loving shit out of them just because. And that's not a one-off. That is common. We can look at the likes of Bayard. You know who Bayard Rustin is?
We got whole organizations built.
Do you know who
to
Bayard
kill,
Rustin is?
Lynch.
Do you know who Bayard Rustin is? Yes. Get some gay people have been
can't
lynched. Yes.
equate
Some
nothing
gay
to the
people's
black
businesses have
experience.
been burned down. Yes. Some gay people's been beaten the fuck up. Do you know who Bayard Rustin is?
I can't equate anything to the black
Do
experience.
you
so
know who Bayard Rustin is?
I don't care who
Oppression
that is.
isn't unique to the black experience. We just
I
have a
don't
unique
care for who he
version
is.
of oppression. Do you know who Bayard Rustin is?
No, but can you educate me on
Okay,
him, please?
no problem. Bayard Rustin is the man behind Martin Luther King and the 1963 March on Washington that led to the Civil Rights Act passing in 1964. You know the reason why people like you don't know his name?
Why?
Because he was gay. Martin couldn't do shit on that march. Still, the biggest march we've ever had in U.S. history without Bayard Rustin, who organized the entire damn thing.
So
And
hold on,
black
so hold
people
on.
like you don't know because he's gay. That's
So
the
hold
stuff
on.
that I'm talking about.
So hold on. So see, that's why I hope you recording what you're saying and listen to what you just said.
Literally, all of my lives are recorded in dual stream
Okay.
too. What?
So I want you to go back one day and listen to this, right? You just said that this guy did more for civil rights and all these things, right?
I never said anything about him doing "quote unquote" more for civil
No,
rights.
not more,
he was
but
an
he-
integral role in the rights
did
that
a
we
lot.
all benefit from today. Yes,
Right.
and he's often not
and-
mentioned.
Okay. And I should know his name as a black man who living in America. I should know that man's name.
6,000%.
Why?
No different than we know Rosa Parks,
But
Malcolm X, anyone else.
okay, sir, can I finish my little point?
Sure.
Out of all of the fine accomplishments he did in his life, why did you have to tell me he was gay? Why? Like what?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
What
I'll tell you
boost
why.
would that have gave
The
him?
reason why I told you he was gay is to make the point that gay people have been oppressed, that gay people are often written out of important integral storylines or parts of our history because of their sexuality, because him being gay had absolutely nothing to do with what he did, but because he was gay, they used it to minimize and to mitigate his
Who?
impact on important
that?
areas of history.
Who did that,
White
sir?
people, quite frankly,
No.
people like you even. I imagine you identify as an FBA.
Was he on a pulpit or in front of the podium kissing his boyfriend or his husband, or was he holding hands with another man walking down the street? Was he butt bending?
No, he wasn't
in the middle of-
publicly
of
gay
the-
at that
of the-
time
of the-
because
of
you
the-
would get beat
of the
the
march.
fuck up.
So if he wasn't doing all of that, how would you know that this man is gay?
Because he was gay. People in his circles
How
knew
did
he
you
was
know?
gay. People
How
caught
did-
on to he was gay and then said that he was a whatchamacallit. They
Stop
announced it as at his job. And then they
Stop
used that to beat the hell out of him. They used that to try to get him kicked out of committees.
So he just one day said, I'm gay, and all that's what happened? Come on, enlighten me on the
That's
history.
not what I. Oh my God.
So what happened, sir? Because I feel like you're just pulling a hero from the dirt.
Whether he announced his sexuality or not is irrelevant to the conversation. Whether he did would not make him any lesser of a man or negate the impact that he had on society. And if he didn't, okay.
So you're going on a rumor right now. So basically,
what do you mean I'm going on a rumor? What rumor did I mention? What are you talking about?
How would you know? The question is,
how do I know he's gay?
How would you know if he's gay? Yes. How would you know that? And why is that important?
He had a lover who's still alive today, a lover who tells his stories, who wrote books about him outside of his own excerpts.
So
he's had several lovers in the past, people who knew him at the time, who wrote about him and told his story, carried on this information. What is the relevance of this?
So his lovers took over his great accomplishments.
What do you mean took over? That is not what I said. How did you get take over from everything I just said?
Because you say he's gay, that's why they blackballed him, that's why he didn't get no recognition, right?
Yes, that is a large portion of why, on top of the fact that he was black.
So why the people that admire him, why they not pushing his accomplishments instead of pushing the point that he's fucking gay?
They have been. I literally told you about what he did, which you were unfamiliar with, and then I ended with the fact that he's gay. You're hyper-focusing. It's crazy because now that
I was listening,
now that I've mentioned his sexuality, notice that's what you're hung up about. You didn't thank him for his service, what he did with Martin Luther King. You didn't talk about that. Now you're hung up on the fact that he was gay, and you didn't even know it until I mentioned it at the end of the conversation. You guys have this absolute obsession with people's genitals and sexuality.
Bro, you are good with your words, bro.
Yes, I'm a well-spoken nigga. I apologize. You guys are hyper-focusing on his sexuality versus everything that he did. And this is exactly what society has done, what this country has done for tens of hundreds of years with people who are other. That is literally the point, and you're proving it day in, day out.
No, you know what it is about you guys? Like, you're so unproud of being black.
Thank you guys for the calls. I appreciate you. America.
You're so unsatisfied. You're not happy being black that you got to get another subdivision and push the flag for another subdivision instead of pushing.
What do you mean I'm not happy being black? What does that mean? I'm sorry. What?
I mean, I know you laughing because it's funny.
What self-hatred have I displayed?
Well, first of all, you're pushing this gay narrative like it's above.
How am I pushing a gay narrative? What have I said that's quote unquote pushing? We're literally having a conversation about gay people, and I'm pushing a gay narrative. So the mere mention of homosexuality, the mere mention of a figure in history who was disregarded in part because he was gay is pushing it. Maybe that's the problem. You guys keep saying that we're pushing stuff onto people solely. This is literally what they've done to black people. I really hope you understand this. This is literally what they've been doing to black people. The mere mention of our blackness and our struggle, the mere mention of accurate American history and their unique role they played in chattel slavery, they then say don't teach it in schools. It's preaching victimhood, right? Race wars, all this stuff. You're doing the exact same thing. I hope you understand that. I quite literally can. And I quite literally have, and I've done it accurately. It's the same shit. I did not say that black people and gay people have been through the exact same thing. That's not what I said. I'm saying under the umbrella of oppression, we have similar experiences. Yes. I'm saying under the white supremacy, black people and gay people have dealt with some similar versions of oppression. That's what I said. Please don't get this shit mixed up. Please don't get this shit mixed up.
Let's speak hypotheticals.
Guys, double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 100K and beyond. 576 people in here. Let's get this shit going.
I'm going to kill every gay person on the world. Y'all will be switching back to the regular side in record-breaking time. Black people cannot hide.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? What does that mean? What is the regular side? What are we switching? What?
If it was a law, right? I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, I hate nobody, right? If it was a law that say all gay people gonna get executed at 12 o'clock, y'all gonna be switching back on the home team in those times. You know
what is the home team? What does that mean? Like what are you talking about? What is the I'm sorry. If the government said they were taking out all the LGBTQ peoples. Y'all, I guess you mean the left. You think we would just be like, oopsie daisies, it's gonna happen. We're
No, like
white
be like,
people.
oh, let me get
White
regular
people right
pass.
now are literally going out and protesting ICE, dying at that, getting permanently injured at that for undocumented immigrants. And you think we're not gonna give a shit about gay people? What the fuck are you talking about? You're not fucking smart. Guys, links in the bio for the best ways to support the platform. Please make sure you're following me on all social medias at Hector Talks with 2 R's, such as YouTube that we're doing streaming to right now, or Instagram where I post the videos I put up here. Join the Discord community to which we're over 700 members strong. Get yourself some merch off the merch shop, such as from the Make 2 + 2 = 4 again line, because this nigga clearly thinks it's 5, at hectorshops.com with 2 R's. And finally, donating directly to the links in the bio. If you'd like to do so on Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. PayPal is Hector Talks, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's, and Venmo and Cash App is Hector Talks with 2 R's. Excuse me, sorry, go ahead. Send your daily heartbeats, double tap the screens to get the likes up, share out the live with your friends and family, knock out the gift goals. Those of you on the YouTube side, hit the like button, subscribe on your way in or on your way out.
I mean, I'm about to
send
say
a super
some.
chat or a super sticker. You ain't making no sense, my nigga.
I'm about to say some real controversial shit right now.
Everything
because
you've been saying is controversial, and by controversial, I mean stupid. You've been saying a lot of
One-
stupid stuff.
One
I
plus one
really want to bring this back. I really want to
equals
bring
three.
this. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
Two
No
plus
problem.
two
No
equals
problem.
6.
No problem. I have no problem with that. Enjoy yourself. I want to get back to the point that you said that Donald Trump or that we are leading with identities and all these different things, and Donald Trump is bringing us back to a time where we're basically minding our business and worrying about ours, despite that being the Republican Party's entire thing. Over $200 million they spent on ads attacking trans people, specifically in the 2024 election. $200-something million they could have spent actually advocating for shit that makes fucking sense. It's been their policies. They went on this war about DEIA and unqualified black people being hired in positions of power, specifically in the federal government and even private institutions, with no basis for it. You have the likes of Charlie Kirk being uplifted in the Republican Party and the Republican community because he's saying shit like, if I see a black pilot, I hope he's qualified. That identity politics and hyper-focusing on shit that doesn't impact your taxes, your welfare, your healthcare, or anything else is literally the Republican playbook.
And you ever went to a barbecue and seen a person make potato salad, and you be like, I hope it ain't no raisins in that potato salad. Does that make you a racist? I hope she ain't put no raisins in that potato salad. You just don't like it like that. Some people, it's cool if you don't want a black palate.
Someone sent me
I don't want a
25.
black palate.
Someone sent me 25 cents to say Matthew Shepard was a gay man in Texas in 1999. His car broke down and 4 men in a pickup truck pulled up and proceeded to beat, torture, and left him to die on the side of the road. He died 6 days later from severe head trauma. Yeah, I don't imagine this person knows or give much fucks about LGBTQ history here in this country or anywhere else. So, W's for the quarter. So, your potato salad analogy is really bad for several reasons. Why are you like this?
No, I'm just fair.
Can you tell me what Donald Trump is doing good that warrants your continued support? Because you are grossly misinformed about anything LGBTQ. Thank you guys so much for tapping. I appreciate you. I love to hit 100,000 likes within the hour. We're at 30 minutes and we're at 62K. WC you guys. Thank you so much.
Donald Trump has opened the eyes of the American people. We are no longer cattle in a Democratic farm. Well, I'm no longer. Most of y'all still are, but a lot of us are waking up and seeing that politics has been against us this whole time since the civil rights. Democratic Party has done worse to the black community than anybody. That's just facts.
Can you tell me what harm the Democratic Party has done to the black community within the last 60 years?
Oppression.
Can you tell me
Vote.
what oppression specifically you'd be referencing?
Promises, empty promises,
Name
unfulfilled promises. Well, I don't have to name a policy, just helping the community.
You said Democrats are
upbuilding the
oppressing
community.
black people, so I imagine you could tell me how Democrats have been oppressing black people.
By the communities, you see the conditions of our communities and the conditions of new community. I mean, new sub races
So
or
poor
groups
black
came
niggas are
over
Democrats'
here
fault?
and are ahead of us.
So
Yes,
poor
because
black niggas are Democrats' fault. Substantiate that.
because we give them we give them our votes and they give us promises that they don't fulfill. So that's their
Okay,
fault.
so black people poor under Republican administrations and Republican rule. Republicans' fault? I forgot the dude was on the line. Holy shit, I forgot somebody was on the line. Whoopsies. I need you to go ahead and substantiate your point. Are you Googling? Are you Googling your topics? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? Did you send this twice, Lacey?
I'm bad, man. I got a lot of girlfriends.
Another 25 cents from Lacey. James Byrd Jr. was a black gay man who was kidnapped, beaten, and dragged to his death by 3 men. This is why we advocate for having laws put in place to actually hold attackers accountable. 6,000%. W said a shout to Emily for the $10 Venmo. "Quote unquote regular people." Yeah, that was gross. No such thing, my guy. The LGBTQ community is here to stay. We are human and deserve respect. Thanks, guest. Love you, Hector. I appreciate you. I'm doing my best, and I'm a whole straight man. There's some crazy shit he was
If it
saying.
wasn't for Trump, you wouldn't be up here even monetizing off this.
I'm sorry. Do you think politics ends when Trump's out of office?
No, but he made it real.
Do you think it didn't exist before Trump was
He
in office?
made it real profitable for you guys, and y'all gotta tip your hat to him.
No, he didn't. I
you
need you to
talk
focus
about
on your
Trump
point.
99%
You said Democrats are destroying the black community. I need you to substantiate how. Because I followed up with saying, by your logic, if black people are doing bad under Republicans financially, then it would be the Republicans' fault by your logic, which is true, but
why
by your logic,
Republicans though, we don't.
Because you said Democrats are poor because of Democrats. Black people are poor because of Democrats. So then if black people are poor under Republicans, because we've also had Republican administrations within the last 60 years, we've had Republicans hold the majority of the House and the Senate and other branches over the last 60 years in certain sectors. So then you would literally be saying that they all contribute to black people being poor by your logic, but you're only focusing on Democrats.
There are two wings on one bird. So like I said, I'm not a politician. I'm a Trump supporter because Trump is gonna open Pandora's box.
You're supporting a politician, the president of the United States.
But he's not a career politician. He's more of a
career is irrelevant to me. He's a politician now. He's supported by politicians, and he's quite literally playing the political game in the worst way
he's
possible.
Playing the game, which
I'm going to go ahead
he
and tell
knows
you
is a game.
just how wrong you are with your talking.
He knows it's a game.
It is literally
That's
under
the thing.
Democratic administrations, or better yet, in spite of either administration, but particularly under Democratic administrations, where black people have been able to get the most median household growth, job growth, exceptionally specifically in the federal government.
That's what you like. You like dependency, sir.
No, black people getting jobs doesn't make them
makes
them dependent on what? The person who hired them? What are you talking about?
Yes, you like dependency. You don't like ownership. Like, this is a capitalist country. We like to
no
be
shit,
owners.
Sherlock. Do you think we don't have black capitalists?
Right. We need more. We need to produce. We need to be our own producers.
How do Democrats
how we make
stop black
our
capitalism?
Country, our communities.
How
better.
do Democrats stop black capitalism?
By making them dependent. By
how do Democrats
programs
make black people dependent?
I'm telling you now, by giving them these little treats in front of them, welfare, all these disabling.
I'm sorry. Do you think welfare was created for black people?
No, sir. Can I explain myself? All this disabling.
Again, you're making your point. I'm rebutting your point.
That makes them dependent.
Disabling policies that make them dependent. So this would be broadly applied to other people too, right?
It would be whoever bites the bullet.
So this would broadly be applied to other races, right? Okay.
It's not a color thing.
So
it's
you think the poorest of the poor, who are being able to qualify for these benefits that they pay into with their tax dollars, makes them dependent?
Yes, because it doesn't give them the spark to create their own. They're just waiting for.
Yeah, that's not true in the slightest.
It is, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, even a kid could figure out that.
No, not in the slightest.
So you think if you give somebody a benefit check for $2,000 a month, you think he gonna have the same ambition?
Who the fuck do you think is getting $2,000 a month? What do you got? 7 kids?
I'm just saying. You give somebody a benefit for 1,000 a month.
I think a poor person getting
you think they're gonna
paid
be as
every single month
ambitious
is
as they
perfectly
need to
fine.
be?
I think you guys tend to forget not only what it takes to
Well, you
qualify,
think they're gonna be as
not only what
ambitious
it
as they want
takes
to?
to qualify
They
for
should
these
be?
programs, but the check-ins that they do periodically. And I think it somewhat depends by state. Sometimes it's 3 months or otherwise, where you have to make sure that you have this much applications sent in. I actually was in a relationship with someone a while back that was getting food stamps, and they had to put forward the applications that they were
Why don't
putting
you
out,
say a
so on and
woman?
so forth.
Why don't
All
you say
of
you was in a
these
relationship with a
sentences.
woman? Why you gotta keep us mysterious, man? You
I-
gay, you gay. Be proud.
I said someone. What?
Be proud. You cheerleading for gay people when you're not even proud, bro.
What the fuck are you? What the fuck are you talking? What the
You
fuck
said
are you
I'm in
talking
a
about?
relationship with somebody. Who says that? You was in a relationship with a girl.
I said I was in a relationship with someone. Why? What does it matter if I say girl? What the fuck does that matter? What the fuck? I said someone. Holy shit.
like a woman right now. Look,
Do
like a
you?
woman.
I'm sorry. Do you think I? If I was gay, why do you think I would give a shit? Why do you think I would hide that? I'm a fucking
mad
leftist,
for?
bro. Because
Why
you're
you
saying
mad then?
stupid shit. You think I'm fucking hiding
said it. I
something?
didn't
I
say
am
it.
straight as fuck, bro. Straight as a pole. In fact, I'm probably
would you-
straighter than you because I don't worry about where people stick their fucking dicks in every goddamn day. What the fuck are you
So
talking
why would
about,
you
nigga?
leave a mystery like, oh, I was
It's
dating
not a
someone.
mystery, dude.
There's a mystery.
I
Why
just
not say
said
was dating a
someone.
woman?
It
I was
literally
relationship with a
doesn't
woman.
matter if I said.
It do matter when we having a conversation right here about this. Goofy. You is goofy, bro. You goofy, man. Just come out, man. Just come out to your 631 people and say,
really
hey, it is what it is.
Got to stop projecting. Guys, this is literally why I say what I say. This is why I say you fuckers are closeted and you need to be goddamn honest about it. You best believe if I was bumping,
how you just
if
switch
I
it,
was,
look.
if I was tipping tips, if
Now
I
it's a
was
weapon,
tipping tips with black
Now it's a
poles,
weapon
with
now, huh?
white poles, with brown poles, I would have no
God,
problem
you're
telling you
goofy.
that because I'd be a damn intelligent, handsome, gay motherfucker, but I'm not. So I don't know why you think that bothers me. I literally get called flamboyant on a daily basis for schooling you fuckers. You think I give a shit about
You ain't
being
school
gay,
nothing,
dude?
yeah, bro.
The fuck?
Or you showing you was a good
That's
porch monkey. That's it.
embarrassing, dog. That's embarrassing. Says the guy who was literally up here simping for Donald Trump massa. And you're trying to say that poor black people getting their money back from the government, benefiting from any program because they're literally that dirt poor, is somehow enabling them to be lazy. That is a
is.
stupid point. Stupid
How?
point.
How
W's
is
in
it
the chat to
stupid?
Jeffrey for the
If you
$2
give somebody
Venmo.
$1,000 a month,
Thanks for
they're not
mentioning
gonna
Bayard.
be
Shut up. Thanks for mentioning Bayard Rustin. His Making
Why
Gay
you mad,
History
bro?
interview is essential. I haven't watched that interview actually. He's a vital part of history, often
course he
ignored.
did.
Supervision. Stop being. Thank you guys for the follows. I appreciate you. Stop being so fucking ignorant. My community and yours both had to fight for our rights. Go educate yourself. 6,000%. 6,000%.
Everybody that hate
W
me-
to you, Jeffrey. W to you. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio.
Send me a
Specifically to get
Galaxy
this man up out the
camera,
paint.
man.
You know what to do. Nigga, what?
Send me a Galaxy eye camera up, man. Send my camera up. All y'all gonna do is take my picture and put it on the ID card.
Why you want to show yourself?
Somebody said that in the comments. I'm just saying what somebody said in the comments.
Who
But like,
asked
listen,
you
man,
to cam
I
up?
am done.
Who asked you to cam up?
God bless you.
Who asked you to cam up? Thank you, Noel. I appreciate you. Who asked you to
Wow,
cam up?
so they could take my picture and put it on the ID card. Like y'all
Vanessa?
live in-
Damn! Vanessa, I was about to make a joke. I was really hoping in that moment, Vanessa, that you would be a man.
I would scream up.
Vanessa, I was hoping you'd be a man so I could troll him on the fact that he's going to cam up for a man. Fucking A. Fucking A. Now I need a bunch of men to say cam up. Can I get a bunch of men to tell him to cam up in the chat, please? I'd greatly appreciate it.
Nah, that's real gay of you, bro. That's real gay of you to do some shit
You're
like
like really, really fucking homophobic, and it's crazy. It's unnecessary.
I'm not homophobic
Gay people don't affect your
at
life,
all.
bro. In the
that. I
slightest.
just don't care what
In the
nobody do in their
slightest.
personal life.
Oh, you care
Nobody
a lot.
personal life
You
affects me.
clearly care a lot because we opened up with talking about gay people. You started talking heavily about gay
I didn't
people.
open up,
You've been
bro.
projecting
Stop it.
your closeted feelings onto me.
Stop it,
you
bro.
are
Why you
really
doing that?
focused on gay people. It's actually very strange.
Yo,
It's
bro,
like
you should
really freaking
really
weird,
listen
my
to
guy.
this conversation,
Oh my
bro.
god. So
And
cool.
talk to
Great.
the rapist.
Wonderful.
Talk to the rapist.
So I don't think people who are suffering from the actions of terrible American policies, specifically under this administration, being on a program that they're paying into to get basic necessities such as food, in any way, shape, or form cripples individuals. Would you then say that any kid after the age of 18, where their parents could be paying for their schooling, or they're helping them pay a portion of their rent, or they're handing things out to them like food and stuff to help them get by in this current climate, would you say that is enabling these people to be lazy? Would you say that person is creating a lazy child by simply helping them throughout life? Would you keep that same argument there?
Well, you got to look at the facts and stop looking at like these things in your head.
No, by your logic, you're saying subsidizing black people, which subsidizing Americans is making them lazy. It's not encouraging them to grow as people, right? So by that logic, would you say the exact same thing for a parent who would help their child out?
There's no logic, sir. There's facts, right? You look at these groups, right?
Oh my God.
The Jewish people,
I am
some
testing
Chinese people,
your logical consistency. Are you
have,
under the belief that there aren't
financial
Jewish
literacy
people
that they're
or
passing down?
Asian people that may not be on those programs? Better yet, considering that many of them didn't go through chattel slavery uniquely that we did and deal with the historic offsetting of wealth that we have, considering that the average median household for them and wealth that they're able to pass down on their children is not something that's broadly available to the average black person. You comparing those other groups of people doesn't make any fucking sense. And better yet, if those other groups of people choose to rely more on their families, those of them who have families who can help, versus them going to the government, that's a great thing for them to have. Some black people don't have that. And that they choose to go to America, the country that they live in, the country that they have citizenship in, the country that they would have paid taxes in to benefit from those programs. I don't give a shit. Why do you give a shit about people getting their money back from America?
Capitalism.
It's weird.
That's what they're using. They're using what this country is built on.
Okay, and every single person who would work, and every single person who would work, which would include the majority of Americans on SNAP, also are participating in capitalism. Are you aware of that fact? That the majority of Americans on SNAP or benefit from SNAP in any capacity are working?
How is that participating in capitalism, sir?
They're working.
How is swiping your food stamp card participating? How?
Listen closely to the words coming out of my mouth because you have a comprehension problem. Sir? The majority of people on SNAP are working. They're participating in capitalism. They're not being paid enough via capitalism to survive off of their own. Hence why they would...
You think capitalism is going to a job every day, you butthead? That's what you think it is?
They're participating in capital. I'm sorry, can you name a socialist job?
The job that you probably work in, UPS or something like shit like that.
How the fuck is UPS...
Because you're working for somebody that's participating in capitalism.
W's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $2 cash
You're not the creator.
Caller is definitely giving down low vibes.
Goofy
Listen,
face.
Ain't nobody can convince me that this nigga ain't gay. Not a fucking person on the face of the earth can convince me that this nigga ain't gay. Bro. W's in the chat to you, Miss Donna. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Kylene. Sure, buddy. W's in the chat to Kylene for the $5 PayPal. Drop him. Love your vibe. New listener. Thank you so much, Kylene.
Drop me, man, because this nigga goofy.
Put a 1 in the chat if you're a new viewer. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not. I promise you, I typically try to have more civil conversations. This nigga's just weird. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a new viewer. Put a 2 in the chat if you're one of my OGs. And if you're a new viewer, hit that follow button in the top left corner. I greatly appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so much, Kylene. W's in the chat to Jessica for the $5 cash app for the drop fund. Thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate you. Big W's to you, Jessica. I appreciate your
capitalism
support.
Is going to make your own TikTok.
Hold up, I have another one.
That's what capitalism is.
What do you mean make my own TikTok? What?
Well, make your own app and do your podcast from your own app. Get people come to your shit. That's capitalism,
fucking
nigga.
Stupid. W's in the chat to
what you talking about? Now I'm stupid.
Miss Doing Me, I think,
for the
$5 cash app. So this is quote unquote.
You can't go to no hood in New York, bro.
I need you to shut up while I'm reading these, okay? I'm thanking people who support my platform, capitalism, right? Shut up. Cool. Thank you so much for the 5. So this is strongly in denial, quote unquote. He wants you bad. Listen, you know, every single time I wear sleeveless shirts, bro. Every single time I wear sleeveless shirts, I think to myself, is this the right move today? Is this the right move? And then y'all prove the point. I gotta stop wearing these sleeveless shirts because I make niggas uncomfortable. He ran. He ran.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. You motherfuckers are closeted. You can't convince me otherwise. Something went wrong. Hold on. What happened to... Is the app glitching? It may not have dropped him. Hold on, guys. It may not have dropped him. The app must be glitching. Give me a second to test it. Yeah, I'm in the request. Yeah, I'm loaded up. Never mind, the app's not glitching. These people are just running. Trump supporters request up in the box. Request up in the box. Let me read the rest of these thank yous. Mods, look out for the request box and let anybody up. Thank you so much to Eric for the $5 Cash App. I was in the company for 7 years. They never knew. I'm assuming you're referencing being closeted? Am I missing something, Mark? I'm sorry, I may not be reading something right. Thank you so much for your donation. W's to you. And W's in the chat to Tammy. Hi, Tammy, for the $20 Venmo. Kick his ass, please. Well, he's up out the paint. He's up out the paint. Guys, anyone else wants to support the platform, you can check out the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Also, do me the ever-loving favor of double tapping that screen. Big W's to you guys for passing 100,000 likes. Make sure we continue with the engagement. It's super important that we do so. If we can hit 1 million likes tonight, I may give away something for free off the shop. Where'd he go? And that guy ran too. Phone lines are open over on the YouTube side. If you'd like to call in, if you are a Trump supporter who regrets their vote, you know what to do. 737-295-5321. Hector 1, MAGA 0. Yeah. Guys, I just want you guys to start listening closely to what they say. Listen very closely to what they say. And in my personal opinion, if the best that you guys have whenever you're having these conversations is to hyper focus on gay people being quote unquote out and loud and proud, then there's a good chance that you're in the closet. There's a good chance that gay people make you feel a certain type of way, and that's maybe because you saw your homeboy when you was 5 and you thought about giving him a little pecker. And maybe when you got to the age of 15 and up, you thought about giving him a pecker on his pecker. And that's okay. Guys, it's okay to be gay. I promise you that. Even Republicans accept gay people. More. Now. Thank you so much, John. I keep forgetting to pin that. I appreciate you. Those of you on the YouTube side, you may check the link in the description or the link that's just pinned if you want to support the stream or do all the follows and the other things. W's in the chat to Miss Donna once again for the $1 Cash App. He ran. He was getting outed. Is that why he ran? Was I making him uncomfortable? What do you guys think? Do you guys think I was making him uncomfortable? Is that why he ran? W's in the chat too. You can't make this up for the $10 Cash App. Keep up the good fight. Heart emoji. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do my best. I think I did a great job at not calling anyone names or slurring in that live. That was great. I can be civil. I promise you. I can. Nick Bean. Is Hector gay? Nick, do you want me to be? Day in and day out. You know what? I need an editor because I'm going to create a compilation of the amount of times that I'm live and people just keep coming up, calling me gay, making gay comments, so on and so forth. And I'm just going to make a compilation so you guys can see it. I'm not fucking joking when I say they do this every single live. Every single live, I have somebody coming up accusing me of being gay or making gay comments towards me. I'm like, what is it? What? All right, I'm going to ask an honest question. We're waiting on Trump supporters. Trump supporters request up in the box or call the number on screen if you're over on the YouTube side. I'm going to ask an honest question. Whether you like me or not, whether you follow me or not, I want you to be as honest as possible, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if I give off gay vibes. Put a 2 in the chat if I more so give off gay-friendly vibes, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if I give off gay vibes. Put a 2 in the chat if I put off gay-friendly vibes. And you can be honest. Because first off, anyone who puts 1 in the chat, I take that as a compliment, actually. People calling me gay, I want to make that super clear. I take that as a compliment. All right. Most of you are saying 2. Bi vibes? Okay, I respect that. Somebody said 3. I don't think you're gay at all. Well, when I say gay friendly, that just means accepting. Yeah, that's what the option is for. Like accepting. Like I don't give a shit who you are. It's because you're well-spoken? Damn, well-spoken niggas have to be gay? That's crazy. I know you're not saying that, but somebody said 1.5. What the fuck does that mean? What does 1.5 mean? Okay, most of you said 2. To all the people who said 1, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. If I give off vibes that I'm gay, I don't give a shit. I take that as a compliment. First and foremost, you're telling me I'm a person who can pull from both sides? That's a fucking compliment, bro. That's a W. And as a person who does get a lot of looks and stuff from gay people, I take that as a goddamn compliment. You can't fucking offend me by that. You can't offend me by that. You know how many handsome men are out there? You can say a man is handsome, doesn't mean you're attracted to them. I would wear that as a flex if I could pull. I'm not gay, but if I could pull Henry Cavill, Idris Elba, Coleman Domingo, Chris Hemsworth. Bruh, that's a fucking flex. What are we talking about? That's a fucking flex. You ain't gotta do nothing with them, just the thought. It's a flex. Oh, wait. Y'all can't offend me, bro. Y'all can't offend me. You can try. You can try. It just been that, man. That part. Henry and Chris. Henry Cavill he's one of my favorite actors. He's also crazy handsome. And then Man of Steel is just, I loved him as Superman. He was given a shit script. Don't argue with me, okay? He was a great Superman. He was given a shit script. You were very ready with that list? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I have favorite actors. I just thought of my favorite actors. You not have favorite actors that you can mention on the fly? Have you seen The Witcher? 2 episodes. Not 2 episodes, excuse me. About the first 2 seasons, and I kind of stopped watching. I meant to pick back up on it, but now that they replaced him with what's his name, I kind of didn't go back into it. It's because you're intelligent and empathetic. What a sad... Hold on. We need to talk about that. What a sad state that we're in. That men who would be intelligent, well-spoken, not, I guess the most... I'm blanking on the terminology I'm trying to use right now. Okay, I'm just gonna say this: super macho, right? Super macho, like dudes who just talk a certain way, only speak in a certain way, have the certain mannerisms about them. Basically, to Trump-supporting men, if you're moisturized, if you're like me, I would consider myself, I guess I can say flamboyant. I don't know. I'm extra, right? You see my hand moves, you see how I talk, I laugh, my smile. I would consider myself quote unquote flamboyant, not necessarily in a obviously not in a gay sense, but I'm just not. I'm not squared. I'm not. I'm a dude. It's not fucking me. That shit sounds dead. It sounds depressing. Anyway, we have someone in the box. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. David, did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
And do you regret your vote?
No.
Got you. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Date of birth?
2008.
2000 when?
8.
8?
Yes.
Okay. So then you wouldn't regret your vote because you wouldn't have been able to vote for Donald Trump.
But I support Trump.
You're a child. W's in the chat to Joseph for the $5 PayPal. Without labor, the so-called entrepreneurs might just have to work for a living. Quote, capital is only the fruit of labor and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital and deserves much the higher consideration. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Miss Doing Me for the $1 Cash App. You said my name right and you're just hot. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm a stickler with names. Obviously, you guys heard me like correct people when they say Kamala Harris wrong. I'm a stickler for that fucking names. I'm going to do my best to get your name right, and I'm glad I did for once. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. W's in the chat to Lauren for the $5 Venmo. Your shoulders turn on this 67-year-old woman, you hottie. Is it the shoulders? Is that what it is? Is it the shoulders? Do I need to... You know what? Y'all let this get to my head. I'm gonna start. Every live you see me in from this point, I'm gonna be wearing sleeveless shirts. I'm gonna start my live. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna start my lives. Where the fuck is my coconut oil? God damn it! I'm gonna start my live right in front of the camera. I'm gonna get the coconut oil on. I'm gonna spray like a water bottle on my face with the coconut oil. I'm gonna put on my seductive voice. I'm gonna be like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, theys, them, and MAGA. Welcome to the live. Hold on. I'm about to get so messy. This is what happens when Trump supporters don't call in, by the way. Trump supporters call in. Let's have a conversation before I keep fucking with these people. All right? Me. I have my fun, bro. If my mod Jordan was here, he would tell you check the link tree in the bio for the blue link. I can't stand it when he does that shit. I don't have a blue link. Y'all keep fucking with me. I'm gonna consider
God bless you.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for the corgi. I appreciate you. Guys, let's get the likes over 200K and beyond. We're almost there. What's up, Erica?
So, what is this?
Don't even worry about it.
OnlyFans or TikTok debates?
Don't even worry about it.
This is very interesting.
Don't even worry about it.
What happened? You got any debates tonight?
Yeah, we had one guy. You talked to him before, a black MAGA dude, and he just wanted to hyper focus on gay people. He's talking about why gay people gotta tell you they gay. I'm like, what? They always keep pushing in people's face. I'm like, no, they're not pushing in people's face. They just went down this stupid rabbit hole, and he was like, then I mentioned the oppression that they've dealt with, and then he goes say, gay people ain't been through no oppression.
I'm tired of straight men pushing their heterosexuality in my face.
That part.
That part. Like, what?
You also
What are we
push it
doing?
up people without their fucking consent. But that's a separate
Oh,
conversation.
that is very true. That is true. Trigger warning.
Let's talk
But
about
is
that
very true.
force.
You should have just started playing like the Donnie sound, like gay people, gay people. Like, shut up. Talk about something that actually matters,
Hey,
please.
guess what, Erica? He
Chicken
had
butt.
no idea who Bayard Rustin was.
Of course he did
Point proven.
it. Why would he?
Why are my comments being erased? They're not. Were you muted?
Probably auto filtered by TikTok.
It could be an
depending on what it was
auto-filter.
you're trying to say.
Yeah, I thought I had that turned off. That's TikTok. No one's muting you. W's in the chat to Lura for the $2 Venmo. You're metrosexual. It's actually very attractive to most women. I've never heard that term before. Hold on.
There's sometimes when I get like comments in the chat, right, and we're like in like response to what I say on a panel or whatever, I have to ignore. And the reason why I have to ignore is because sometimes people don't understand that context is lost via text.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, I don't know how you mean that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know this until today. This is me. A metrosexual is a term coined in 1994 by British journalist Mark Simpson. It is a blend of metropolitan and heterosexual, referring to an urban heterosexual man who is meticulously concerned with his personal appearance, grooming, and fashion, often displaying interests traditionally associated with gay men or women. Yep, that's me. That is so me. I do not fucking play about my appearance. I try to be as clean as possible. Like my nails, look at my nails right now. Like even my nails being here right now is bothering me. You can't see it clearly, but I need to cut my nails. That shit bothered me. I'm about to take care of that when I get done with this live. Oh yeah. First off, every man should be a quote unquote metrosexual. Why the fuck aren't you keeping up with your grooming? And you have the nerve to go talk to women? Don't be dusty. What's wrong with you? You're nasty. Thank you so much. Laura, very rarely do I get donos that teach me something. You have my favorite dono of the night. Thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate your support. Big W.
Have you ever seen Queer Eye for the straight guy?
No.
You haven't seen that show? Okay, well, it was a show. I think it either started in the late 90s or early 2000s. Its first run, because I think it was on ABC.
Thank you, Rutha.
But that's when like it became a popular term in the States, metrosexual. And yes, exactly that. It's a clean man, a man that is clean and orderly and gets like manicures and pedicures and stuff. Because I don't care what anyone says, all right? You can work with your hands all you want to. Oh yeah, he works with his hands, great. But does he take care of his hands? Because who likes dirty fingernails?
Hey, Godfather, if you're going to complain about my live being an echo chamber when the entire premise of it is people like you requesting up for a conversation, then request up for the conversation. I can't stand when you guys do that. I'm literally only trying to talk to Trump supporters, and the Trump supporters are not requesting up. I need one to, because the algorithm is treating me nice today. Trump supporters request up in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you are over on the tube side, you can call the number on the screen, 737-295-5321. Welcome to Defend the Indefensible. This is episode 77. The purpose of this live to create a safe space for Trump supporters who do regret their vote to request up in the box and tell us exactly what made them get off the MAGA plantation with minimal judgment. Minimal. And if you are a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote, you may request up or call in as well, because I can give you several reasons as to why you should. And by several, I mean several hundred, because there's quite a bit. Did you, we were just going over this earlier, Erica, did you hear that Donald Trump is willing to drop his IRS lawsuit?
He's willing to drop it, a settlement, or is he willing to, what is he willing to do?
He is willing to
Right.
completely drop it, and he will do it if in exchange for the creation of a $1.7 billion fund to compensate allies who claim they were wrongfully targeted by the Biden administration.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
And I guess that would be a settlement. So he would get 1.7 billion that he would be taken towards the fund. So yeah.
No. We can't allow that to happen.
No. You think they're gonna? We'll see.
I
if they
mean,
take it.
it's his DOJ, and he's the one that has to sign off on it. So what? So what? What's that like? Who's representing the IRS?
Literally, who would
Like, what
represent
do
the IRS?
Like, can you look into that for me, please, to see who's representing the IRS? Would it be the DOJ? Like, what are we doing? This doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they have their own lawyers, like independent lawyers or something like that. IRS in the Trump $10 billion lawsuit. I think I got too flamboyant for the Trump supporters. They got uncomfortable, so they left. There's a Fortune article. Trump's lawyers confirm talks with Scott Bessent's IRS. Interesting, they're calling it his IRS. I think I would have to. Would that be publicly available? Like, who's representing the case? Let me see. What is the name of the Trump? I'll just say versus IRS case. Let's see. Statement on Trump lawsuit and potential statement. I think I have it. Okay, case Trump versus Internal Revenue Service 126 CV 20609. Summary authors. Let's see. I'm finding it here. W rabbit hole. So plaintiff, which would be Donald Trump's lawyers. We have Alejandro Brito and Ian Michael Corp. Who are the defendants? I'm not even seeing the defendants on here. It's showing the plaintiffs. Hold on, let me see. Former IRS contractor. Plaintiffs claim that defendants. Case is ongoing. I can't even get the damn plaintiff description. Public interest lawyer. All it says is defendants, federal, Internal Revenue Service, U.S. Department of Treasury, defendant type, jurisdiction wide. So it would have to be Scott Percent, I guess, which is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. Yeah, but there's no specific person in that case. That's wild. I do have some thank yous to read. W's in the chat to Eric for the... Oh, I got you, Eric, for the $5 Venmo. Was with my company for 8+ years. I was openly gay, but they didn't know. Company cookout, they encouraged spouses to come, so I brought my boyfriend.
Justice Department.
I was fired the next day. If being gay was a choice, I'd change it, but it's who I am, because the last guest says you can change it. Absolutely do not change who you are. Also, that's fucked up, and that's exactly the point that I was making. That's exactly the point that I was making.
Sorry that happened.
These people actually think that the folks out here are choosing to be gay and getting beat up and everything else. Like, that's not the case at all. That is fucked up, Eric. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing better now. W's in the chat to you, Eric. Eric, you want to say something?
Absolute same. Well, I just want to say the lawyers are the Department of Justice, and Donald Trump, his lawyers are, he has personal attorneys, of course, representing him and the sons. And the DOJ is representing the IRS because the IRS is a government entity. So that's why. So it's the Department of Justice. The name of said attorney, I do not know, but it's the Department of Justice as mentioned.
So we can't. I'm doing good. I had a nice 6-figure settlement. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry you got fired.
God bless you.
But at least you got the bag. Thank you so much, Nina, for the Shell of a Warrior gift. I appreciate you. Big W to you, Nina. W's. Damn! Can we get some big W's in the chat? Can we get some big, bigly, the bigliest W's in the chat to Ferret for the $50 Venmo? Catching up, been gone a while. Happy Freaky Thursday, bitches. Thank you so much, Ferret, for your donation. Big W to you, Ferret. I appreciate your support. You know what's... Ferret, it's so crazy. I was literally about to hit you up about that movie, The Menu, because every time I tag the fuckers in the subscriber space to vote on a movie, no one does. So I was going in the order of the movies that we were supposed to watch in the movie night suggestion list, and I saw The Menu there. I was like, okay, I'll do that one next. But I know you told me to message you when we're doing that, so we're going to do that. Thank you so much for your dono. I appreciate your support. W's in the chat to Betty for the $1 Venmo. I'm at work. You can't do that deep voice stuff right now. Oh, you mean this deep voice stuff? You mean talking like this right here? Does that make you uncomfortable? Betty Lou? Let me chill out.
Out here selling ass.
Let me chill out.
That's crazy. They can't do a $1.7 billion slush and people to file claims against the Biden administration because they haven't even been able to prove that there was actually any like lawfare going on. Next thing you know, Trump's going to sue for $1.7 billion and say that the classified documents case was lawfare. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, let's be serious.
They want this settlement because they don't have a case. I want to make something super duper clear. Or the best case that they have is the fact that this nigga came back. So Erica,
summon me?
No, I really didn't. Where we last left off,
God bless you,
Erica, he said that Democrats for the last 60 years have been making the black community weaker by giving them quote unquote handouts essentially and the welfare system.
No, I wouldn't say handouts. I use the word from, not even, I use the word, but they kind of like
welfare. That's basically how you guys
discourage them from using capitalism.
And I then followed up with him, Erica, by saying the majority of people who would benefit from these programs would be participating in capitalism because they're employed.
But being employed doesn't demonstrate capitalism. Ownership and creating is capitalism.
Oh, this is who that is? I just looked down. He's not smart.
No,
I'm not being mean, I promise. He's not smart. Because if you understood anything about capitalism, you'd understand we all participate in capitalism because that's an economic system.
I can't. My intelligence doesn't reach your radar.
Thank you so much, Penny.
I know knowledge you was not
breaking up, Erica.
I don't want to do the over talking thing because
You came out hot
Because
insulting
it's
me. You
people who
supposed
use
to
closed
listen to me.
captions.
She said you're not smart, and you have been
Fuck. I'll
saying a
be
bunch
right
of
back.
unsmart things.
Yeah, who she thinks she talking to though?
You, my nigga. You've been saying a bunch of unsmart things.
It's like I said, my intellect doesn't reach your radar. You heard?
Oh, is that what we do?
It
Okay.
is because
That
if
should
you
be
go,
better.
if that's the first thing come out your mouth is trying to insult
It is
somebody,
better. It is better.
then you lost already.
No, she said she's had experience with you before. Hence
I
why
don't
she
know
said
that woman.
you're not smart.
I don't know that woman. She don't know me.
Use the deep
Yeah, you
voice
don't
on him.
got to. I've seen you on panels before. You're not smart. But you to say that, it's forcing people to participate in capitalism or whatever the heck it is that you
No,
said,
to
it
not
does show that you have a
participate.
fundamental
To not.
misunderstanding, of what economic systems are.
Clearly.
We don't actually have a choice but to participate in capitalism, right? Is that our economic system, sir?
So what is your definition of capitalism?
You
Like, what do
really
you define
are
capitalism?
terrible at answering simple yes or no questions. Guys, can we do
No,
can we
because I
can we
feel
get the
like
likes
we're
up?
defining capitalism different.
Let's get the likes up to 300K. Thank you guys so
Socialism
much.
and
How do
capitalism
Thank you so
are
much
we
for
different
tapping.
things. I think we're describing things different.
how do we describe capitalism different when it is what it is?
You know what I'm saying?
All
But
right, it's
how would you
the free
describe
market
capitalism, man?
exchange. All right, that requires the free market exchange that it requires like the exploitation of people. All right, in order to actually thrive. So you cannot have capitalism without a labor force.
Of
All
course,
right, so
of
even
course.
though the people are being exploited, all right, they're still
Thank you,
participating in
Nina.
it.
Right. But when it comes to us, we speaking about the black community, man. We're not speaking
God
about the
bless you.
whole thing. The black community, we don't have capitalists in our community to have a workforce to bring new capitalists, new entrepreneurs above. We don't have that. We don't have a pipeline.
What?
I speak for my people. I'm sorry, but I
You
can't speak in your
okay? All
language.
right, I'm not smart. Can you just simplify that for me, please?
What I'm trying to say is we don't have a pipeline, right, for young black kids to become entrepreneurs as fluent as others do. Can you get that?
How do other people have a pipeline for them to become entrepreneurs? Their children to become entrepreneurs.
Because
What's
most
this pipeline? What it look like?
the pipeline is the majority of black people becoming owners and business are profitable. That's in
The
for
majority of
community.
no demographic are owners or capitalists by your definition.
Yeah, yes, there are many subgroups that take
No,
advantage of
there's
the
no
system.
other race that would have, by your definition, that pipeline of ownership and capitalists. They would just have more than other communities.
I don't want to name drop, but a lot of other communities take full advantage of this capitalist system that we live in. Except for us.
So do black people.
So why are we in the worst conditions then? Why? Why as a whole? Why as our communities in the worst conditions?
Okay, I was looking at something. What? Are you really okay? So are you familiar with like systemic racism?
Of course I am.
Oh, okay. So if you're familiar with systemic racism, then that means that you will understand that there have been programs that have been made available to white people in the United States initially that were not available to black people. Things such as like the Homestead Act. All right, the Homestead Act in 1862. All right, over 2 million white people were given land grants to build home and to own land, and that they've been able to pass on some of them even to this day. So generational wealth, that was the start of that. We also have the New Deal, all right, in the 1930s that FDR did, and that wasn't available to black people, like the GI Bill, where they were able to purchase homes. They were given jobs. Like, we have a lot that has happened, and we can also talk about redlining, how they actually study our middle class communities and basically put us in a box and told us. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing something, but like I don't feel that I should have to explain all of this to you.
No,
I
you
think
don't.
it's something that you should understand. So why would you ask why when you already know?
That
Okay,
part.
so
Guys,
when
can we
you
get
saying
Erica
that,
above 1,000 coins,
who are
please?
these
Make sure
people
we
that's
take care of
doing this
Erica.
to us, man? Like, who are these people that's doing this redlining and all that? Like, who are these people?
Look at,
It starts with U.S. and ends in government.
Okay, so why don't we just do what every other group is doing to get ahead? Because all we doing is asking, why is this happening to us instead of doing something?
thank you so much,
That's what I'm
Sharon.
saying.
We're not asking why it's happening to us. We know why it's happening to us.
All right, so if
It's
we
called
know,
racism.
so if we know
We
that
know why
already,
it's happening.
why don't we unsubscribe to all of this and do our own thing?
Oh, so are you saying that black what?
Nigga,
Huh?
you're here. You're here. Have you started the
What did you just
unsubscription?
say?
Unsubscribe to this. I gotta be like these people and do your own thing.
What does that mean?
Oh, you so dumb, you don't know what it means?
Unsubscribe to I gotta do like these people? What?
That's what I'm
Unsubscribe to
saying.
being an
How
American?
do yeah, like I'm trying to figure out what is it that we're unsubscribing to? Because you do understand that this
Whatever
is a
that's hindering, whatever that's
a global
hindering you,
system.
whatever that's hindering you, like these redlining and all this, why not just
Negro, they got
unsubscribe
white
to it?
supremacy in Africa, bro. Like the fudge is you talking
So
about?
you think that you're not as influential to unsubscribe as we can unsubscribe to it and just live on our own?
Did he just
Are you
ask
ready for
me,
that?
do I think if I'm not as influential to unsubscribe from it?
No, you don't think
I don't know if
black
this
people
nigga's
in
talking about
whole
sovereign
are
citizenship.
so
I don't know.
we are
I don't know
so
what he's
I
talking
don't
about.
know,
influential,
bro.
we can unsubscribe to this way of life and live on our own. It's that easy. Boom, bam.
Where are we gonna go?
Right here.
Where we
We
going?
ain't gotta go nowhere.
You're talking. What you're
We don't
trying
have
to
to
do
go
is you're trying to
anywhere.
speak
We
about
here.
separatism. You're speaking about
That's not what I'm
separatism
saying.
in a sense, but it doesn't sound like you know what it is that you're
That's not
talking
what I'm
about.
saying.
So, because I'm really trying to understand how do you unsubscribe from the system, all right, within the system? Like, how does the system not cause you harm and does what the system does, all right?
Uh,
How,
all right.
how does that
Out of my
happen?
DM, I'll take you a stroll around Brooklyn and let you know what's up. I can't, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to go
I need to
to.
come
I don't.
outside.
I do not want
Get
that to
from
happen.
out them computers and come outside and talk to
I
the
do
people.
not want that to happen. You know nothing. You know
Talk to the
nothing about
people.
me. You know nothing about what I know. So there's that part. So again, I'm going to ask you, how do you, all right, unsubscribe from this system?
Omnibroad, did you vote for Trump?
السلام عليكم. How are you? From Gaza. ممكن مساعدة please one.
Go ahead.
I stopped trying to be down, shorty. Stop trying to be
I
down
asked
with
him the
everybody.
question already. I just wanted to know, like, how do you unsubscribe from the system? Because the thing is that when we do create our own, what ends up happening? It gets destroyed, all right, by what? White supremacy.
Right.
That's
That's
what
because
happens.
you have fragility in your brain now, so anything is sensitive and you don't believe.
Okay. Fragility in the brain when black venture capitalists get together to actually create a fund specifically
go.
for black women, small business owners, right? All
There you
right.
go.
And they call it, what was it, Hector? The Fearless Fund?
That's
All right,
correct.
they get together, they do this, and then white folks are like, wait, you can't have something that's just for black people. We want some of that too. Even though when it comes to venture capital funding, right, black people receive less than 1% of it. But this one fund that was for black people, you know what? They took it all the way to court.
Right.
All the way to court. I think
always
that
wanting
you
something.
are Again,
Always
I really
wanting
do
something.
think that you don't understand what it is that you're saying. It just sounds good to
Create
you.
your own, man.
It sounds
Like,
good,
you're a black
but
woman.
it don't
Like,
mean
everybody
nothing.
wants to
It
be like
lacks
you.
substance. Trust me, darling, I have my own. I have
Everybody
my
wants
own.
to be like you. Why are you trying to be like them? Everybody trying to be like us.
Who
Why
are
we
we
trying to
trying
be like
to?
them?
Who
Why
are
we
we
trying to
trying to be
subscribe to
like?
their stuff?
He just
Let's
says
create
a
our
bunch of.
own.
Who
He
are
just
we
says a
trying to
bunch
be
of
like?
fucking
Whoever you,
shit.
that you trying to
He
get
just
something
says a
from.
whole bunch
By
of
your logic,
BS.
us
It doesn't
participating
mean
in
nothing.
capitalism is trying to be like them, and by them, I guess you
No,
mean what? White people?
capitalism
What are
is
you
not
talking
owned
about?
by a
No
race. It's
shit,
not.
Sherlock, but based off of what you're
Why
saying,
would you
that's
say that
basically
then?
what you're coming full circle
That's
to.
not what
You're
I
the one
said,
who's
bro. You
saying
always
really
trying to say
stupid
some
shit that you
wild shit.
cannot substantiate.
I did not say
What
that.
do you mean be like them? Who is the them and how are we trying to quote unquote be like them?
Because
Can you
always,
answer those two
always
questions
want them to do
directly?
something. Oh, they doing
What do you
this,
mean
they
we
doing
always
that.
want them
Do
to
your
do?
own
Who
shit.
the fuck is them?
Whoever y'all in fear of.
You don't even know
doing
what the
these things to
fuck
you.
you're talking about.
I don't know who
Nigga,
y'all
who
talking
am I
about.
in fear of?
Whoever y'all in fear of. Whoever y'all keep saying is doing this to y'all. I guess it's Trump, matter of fact. Let's put Trump on it because Trump is the bad guy. Trump. All I want is black people to do for themselves. We don't got to keep begging people to do shit for us.
Yo, who are these niggas?
We don't need people to we don't got to beg
Who
people to do nothing
are
for us.
these niggas? Whoa!
Yeah, I
Help
just started making money
me!
since Trump came about.
Help me!
Y'all just started making TikTok money when Trump came about.
Nigga!
That shit named Trump. Damn, that gave me the theme song.
Next up, Hector.
I got another one.
I hop online.
Like, that's crazy.
All
Y'all
I
won't even.
see
We don't
is
even
coons
match.
and jickaboos. Coons
Y'all
and
computer niggas. Y'all computer
jickaboos.
niggas. Y'all ain't real.
Tap, tap, tap the screen, y'all.
Would you call yourself a Republican?
No, I'm anti-democrat.
Republicans are fucking dumb.
Same shit.
Anti-democrat. I'm against the people that was holding us down for the last 60 years.
W's in the chat to Ari for the $5 Venmo. You should ask him about Louisiana v. Calais and how that affects Black Americans. Oh, I'm afraid to. I'm actually afraid to. I'm actually afraid to.
No.
I'm not fair-mongered by
Ari, why?
these soap opera stories.
Shut up. Caller on the line. Did you vote for
This
Trump?
is soap opera shit.
Caller on the line.
The screen.
Caller on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Hello?
Hello?
I just wanted to let you guys know this guy's a faggot.
Man, they calling you out from all over, boy.
The fuck you
All
just call
over.
me? Don't call me boy. Watch your fucking mouth. Watch,
That offended you?
watch your fucking mouth. Don't call me boy. Just because you think about dingling your thing with me, don't mean you get to call me whatever the fuck you think you can. Chill the fuck out on that shit.
That offended
Shut up. Guys, can we, if you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. And not this Saturday, actually, excuse me. This is my Friday. Y'all will not catch me again for a couple of days. This is my Friday. So if you would like to support the Friday mission, links in the bio. Share out the live with your friends and family as well. Make sure you repost and add it to your story. Send your daily Harmies if you haven't already. If you aren't sending your daily Harmies, it's $1 a week. You become a fan club member. And when you're a fan club member, not only do you get a couple cool stickers, 2 of them include the drop stickers, per the songs of choice. If you know, you know.
Awesome.
Knock out the boxing gloves here. The boxing gloves here, we have 85 more of those to go to get us boosted on the FYP even more so than we have been. And of course, the links in the bio for the best ways to support the platform. That's going to be Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Thank you, Sharon, for the fireworks. I appreciate you. Also, click on my name in the top left corner, and you can knock out the gift gallery if you so choose. Take care of Erica as well. You see the goal. If you're sick of this, you see the goal. And then, of course, follow me on all the social media platforms. Hector Talks with 2 R's. Erica, you had something?
Why y'all so mad?
I just want to ask him a question because I will oblige the dono. So, like, supervision, I think it is. What do you know about voter dilution? What do you know about vote dilution?
What do I need to know about voter dilution to get money?
Thank you, Ms. Chin.
So, do you
Do I
think
need to
that
know that
black
to feed
folks
my
are gonna?
to
I
feed
have
my
a question
kids?
for you. I have a question for you. Do you think that
God
black
bless you.
folks are gonna basically like get money their way out of like racism, oppression, and all that jazz? We're
Yeah,
just gonna get money our way out of it.
once we stand up and stand on our own.
So you think that black capitalism is actually the answer. You think black capitalism is the answer to basically this capitalistic system that we live in, white capitalism?
Yes,
Goddamn cops is everywhere.
absolutely,
I'm sorry,
You really
Erica.
do think that?
Really quick point.
Okay,
absolutely.
go
Really
ahead.
quick point I want to make. I think it is absolutely ridiculous for you to say that black people cannot literally demand that their government, the one that we control, the one that we would vote in, our representatives, because it's a representative democracy. I think it's ridiculous to say that we are asking for health, welfare, handouts, or anything of that nature simply by requiring that our vote means something, no different from every other group. For some reason specifically, especially with you coon-ass jigaboo niggas, every time black people demand something from their government, it is us asking for handouts and begging for this. But then when every other group does it, because that's their right in this country, for some fucking reason, it's perfectly fine. That's absolutely ridiculous.
No, sir, but
Sorry,
if
go ahead,
every
Erica.
other group is getting it and you're not,
Stupid.
at what point are you gonna say fuck
We
the
are
government and get it
literally
ourselves?
not, no one is sitting on their ass expecting the government to pay their bills. No one is sitting on their ass, not
At
looking
what
for
point?
jobs, not doing anything else. So your premise is stupid. It's moot.
At what point are we gonna stop crying about what other people are getting and do it
When white
ourselves?
people stop crying.
All I'm saying.
When
But why
when white
that?
people stop crying,
Why we
when
gotta play
Indian
that girl
Americans
game?
stop crying, when Asian Americans stop crying,
Why we gotta play that
when
girl game?
Latino
Though?
Americans stop crying, we'll
That's the
stop crying
problem.
when they stop crying.
We
How about
need
that?
more men like me and
How
less
about that?
men like you.
No one needs more jigaboos like
Yeah,
you.
we need
Absolutely
we need
the fuck not.
less feminine men and more stand-up men that really could grab these young boys by the bootstraps and put them to work and teach them shit that we missed out on.
You wanna grab
We need to
young
start
boys,
teaching
huh?
our youth instead of stop assassinizing our youth.
You wanna grab young boys.
See, yeah, and that's where your mind go. Your mind go to the place where you like
You're
to
the one
dwell.
who said it.
I mean, you went there. I
You
meant, you know
the
what I
one who's
meant
been
by
making
what I
gay
meant.
ass comments this whole
I
time.
know what I meant.
Thank
I
you so
know
much,
what I
Miss
meant.
Donna, for the glowing jellyfish. I appreciate you. W's to
I
you.
know what I meant. How about you? Like, y'all fear mongering about Trump, like Trump did everything to black people. Like it's been going on for years,
Yeah,
decades
no
and
one said
decades.
those words.
How
You
does
project them very
how does
poorly.
Trump
It's really
take the toll for
embarrassing,
this?
actually. I would directly say that the unemployment of over about 300,000 black women specifically, I believe the number up is 400,000 overall from the federal government and otherwise, is because of Donald Trump. I would say the additional cost that black people who would be in the most marginalized in some of these communities specifically
That means
would
some
be
real-
be suffering because of the direct actions of
That means
Donald
some
Trump.
real issues.
I would say the lack of healthcare access for
I mean,
women
how many black
specifically
men
in
went
red
to jail?
states, black women. I would say those people would
How many
also
black
be
men went to jail?
because of Donald Trump. Bam, there you go. Easy.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
Let's talk
minute,
about our community.
motherfucker. Like, seriously, you just said how many black men are in jail? Is that the question that you asked? Why did you
No,
ask that?
no. I said because he's stating facts of Donald Trump's whatever. But I'm saying like how many black people went to jail and during those times who held the realm.
What the fuck does
Democrats.
that have to do? What?
That was the most detrimental
The
thing for
fuck
us.
did he just say?
I
Y'all
don't
gotta
know.
listen. Y'all don't listen because y'all just so in this book.
Do you not understand? Do you
Thank y'all
not
for the follow.
understand that we have made up the majority of the prison population in the United States of America since the early 1900s due to Jim Crow? You do understand that, right?
Jim
There have
Crow
been
that was
there has been
spawned by your party,
legislation
man. Your
that
party spawned
yeah,
Jim Crow.
this is how I know that I'm
Right.
not going to continue to do this with you. And the reason why is because you don't understand ideology versus party. You
No,
don't.
I don't know
You know
indoctrination.
you don't.
I don't know
You can say
indoctrination.
that. You can say
Yes,
that.
it
But hey,
is facts.
do you consider yourself to like be a follower of Fred Hampton?
No, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. So Fred Hampton, you're definitely not a follower of Jesus Christ. Jesus
Follower of
Christ
Jesus
was a
Christ.
friggin' like full blown communist. So there's that part.
I mean, that's your
Definitely not a father
perspective
of
of
him.
him.
All right, the
That's
people
your
have
I
spoken.
mean, read the Bible, bro.
I mean, that's your perspective.
He didn't believe in government. He said to respect it because it's the system that was there. But he
You're
did not
entitled to
believe in
your
a government. You
perspective,
just
man.
said that you're with full blown capitalism. All right.
Your perspective is your perspective, man, and you're entitled to it.
Your
I
perspective is
follow
wrong.
Jesus Christ.
Christ is my Lord and Savior.
Amen. Hallelujah. You're going to hell. You know that, right? You know you're going to hell, right? Oh, you're going to hell. I hope you know that.
God, he's God.
You.
He must be God.
You. To those of you who are new here, whatever we do, the drop goal in coins or the drop goal in donations to the bio, we play one of two drop songs. The first drop song is Jimmy Barnes Screaming. Okay? The first drop song is Jimmy Barnes Screaming. You'll see that sticker that I just put down there spammed in the chat. Fan club members have to use it, so you have to send your heartbeats to become a fan club member. The second song is what you just heard. It's from June, Lisan Al Gib. It's from the June track, Lisan Al Gib, and we'll spam that one in the chat. That's what we do here. It's fun. It's fun. Thank you guys for getting Erica over 5K coins. It shouldn't have taken a drop to make y'all support black women, but whatever. We're working with what we have.
Yes, thank you very, very much. Thank you. Where am the vegetables? I'll go this way. But that was strange. The reason why I did ask him, I shouldn't have asked him, is he like a follower of Chairman Fred? I should have just asked him, is he familiar with him? And does he like understand the things that he has said? Because the simple fact is that black capitalism is not the answer to capitalism. Is not. All right. What it is that we do need is socialism is what we need. We need a system that is going to use the resources, all right, to the benefit of the public. That's what I'm looking for right there. Good grief. But yeah, that was insane, Hector. You talked to him already today?
Yeah. Whole thing's on YouTube. It's
wow.
all over there from the first half of this damn live. Someone finally decided to, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. Godfather, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
And do you regret your vote?
I do not.
Cool. 1 second. W's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $1 cash app. I messed up for Erica kick. Oh, we already knocked that out, Miss Donna. But thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be links in the bio. Make sure you take care of Erica with the coins, but also she has links in her bio, and I want to hear some thank yous from her. So please make sure we take care of her. She got me up to 12,000 coins on her live. If we can do 15
That's
today.
a lie. It was 13. It was 13, by the way.
Damn.
But
okay.
I'm about to leave, friend. I'm about to leave.
Oh, never mind.
Because I got a dinner date with the awesome 12-year-old. But here's the thing, right?
I got a hate speech flag?
That's crazy work. I wanted to tell you something. We're going to this place, right? And it's supposed to be like a fancy place. Like, I don't care if y'all looked it up because I don't live nowhere close to here. But look up Warren's Supper Club in Chandler.
Yeah, you're breaking up again.
They supposedly have a dress code, right? They supposedly have a dress code, Hector. Why did I just see a certain demographic of people walking up there in fucking cargo shorts? I fucking hate that. I hate that. I hate that we have to follow the fucking dress code because if we come in there with cargo shorts, guess what will happen? You're outside of our dress code. This is a black-owned establishment, by the way. I just want to let you know that. The proprietors are black.
I kick them all out. I kick every last one of them out. All righty, go enjoy dinner. This place is nice.
Will do. I told you.
W.
I told you.
All right.
All right. Bye, friend. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Godfather, why don't you regret your vote?
We haven't seen the full, the full scope of the picture. Like I tell people, it's like walking into the Sistine Chapel and Michelangelo had put the first coat of paint on. We don't know the whole story. We don't know the full outcome. And so if you would have went into the Sistine Chapel and looked at it at the beginning, you'd be like, oh, nothing impressive until the end. And that's just like any president, right? You go through it just like with Obama or Bush or Clinton or even Biden. You have to wait until they get their full term and try and get all their work done that they can or can't. And that's it. That's how I look at it.
Per your analogy, for one, this person already served as a president from 2017 to 2021, so we already have a painted picture there. But in his second term, you can look at an initial load of paint on an object or a subject, and you can still see that it was trash, or at least the trajectory of the remainder of this painting or figure would not look good. And we can say, based off of what the painter Trump, we're going to call him Michelangelo, what the painter promised on the campaign trail before you gave him the bid to do the paint, and then what the painter has been putting up on the canvas has been bad and the opposite of what he told you before you gave him the job.
Not necessarily, but that's again your perception of it, because it wouldn't have mattered if he went through and did everything that he campaign promised on. You would still object to it because you didn't vote for him. You didn't like him. You don't like his
you're
politics.
incorrect. Donald Trump said he was going to lower your gas and energy and food prices, and they've only gone up from January 2025
Well, they haven't only
when
gone.
he took the Oval Office.
No, that's a misinformation, because they did go down. Now they are up. I will give you that. But they did go down for a short amount of period.
Donald Trump
not
did
long
nothing
enough.
to contribute to the lowering of grocery prices in the year 2025.
It doesn't matter. Again, the president's economy
ran off of
Hold on.
lowering those things. He didn't. In fact, when we see his actions in play,
in your
they
area,
went
my
up.
area, they did.
I don't think you heard what I said. I'm going to repeat myself.
I did.
Donald Trump did nothing to contribute to the lowering of grocery prices in 2025. And when we see the implementation of his full policies this year so far, along with his reactive war of choice in Iran, they've all went up.
And correct. Like I said, they have went up, and I did state that. But what I'm saying is, as you said, the president, as I will tell you, is the president, we think, has the ability to change prices, and they don't. Markets control prices. That's why we live in the capitalist beauty that we do. Again, because she said something about socialism, I said, well, I was going to chime in and said, well, Michael Jordan would definitely not want socialism. Michael Jordan is a prime example of why capitalism is so successful.
I don't give a fuck what Michael Jordan wants. Why the fuck do I care what a basketball player wants?
He's not a basketball player. He owns four NASCARs now.
Are you talking about a different Michael Jordan from the basketball player?
No, that's where he began his career. He now has another career. I mean, he's progressed from his basketball.
He's
still
literally
makes
most
millions.
known for his basketball career, and that helped him launch several other business venues.
If you actually ask most youth now, they know his shoes. They don't. They know his small amounts of his
shoes
basketball
that
career.
represent his
Sure.
basketball.
They don't represent basketball. They're all stylish shoes. And how many people are wearing Michael Jordan shoes anymore in the league? I rest my case. Very few, if any. They're all style shoes.
Chat, am I tripping? Or did his shoe business not launch from his basketball career? And is there not a particular icon on the side of his shoes of him with a basketball, legs spread out, trying to dunk? Am I tripping? Or is that not the symbol that would represent his basketball career?
Not everyone, but okay, go ahead. Not all of them have his logo anymore. There are a majority of them, sure.
Anyways, you said the president does not directly control gas prices and all these other factors, which is an insult or it would be insult to injury to the president of the United States for lying and saying that he was going to do all of these things. But he would indirectly control some of those factors via market and so on and so forth. So if you negatively impact the market,
regulations.
If you negatively impact the market, then you can somewhat affect in a negative fashion prices of groceries and gas and everything else, which is exactly what he's done.
If, again, you're looking at it from your point of view, I'm saying that he can...
I'm sorry. It's not my point of view that he started a war with Iran.
Sure it is. That's your point of view, because that war has been going on for multiple presidencies. He's the one who finally put action.
If you want to reference an ongoing beef, yes, a specific war to where we're hitting them and they're hitting us. This was literally started up February 28th, 2026. He started this war.
Carter,
he will tell you himself he'll start this war.
Reagan, 81, 83.
I'm sorry. What did you say happened in 79?
We put troops into Iran, and it did not work
because
out
of
well
what?
For us. The hostage situation.
So you can consider that a war, right?
I consider that would be exactly what the Democrats would say today,
okay.
Or the Republicans.
It is disingenuous to say that we have been in a 47-year war with Iran.
Well, I mean, we've been in I would consider a Cold War, just like with Russia during the Cold War. Yes, we've been in a war. We might not call it a war, but it is a war. It's a war of ideas, opinions. We have fought them in multiple platitudes and latitudes. We've had them shoot missiles at us, airplanes. I mean, the list goes on.
W's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $5 super chat. I don't think a lot of people understand the real difference between capitalism and socialism. I didn't. Erica and you helped me understand. We did our best. Thank you so much, Miss Donna. We did our best. A lot of people don't. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to you. Anyways, so Donald Trump started a war with Iran on February 28, 2026. We've been in it for 2.5 months so far. And because of those actions, alongside others, come January and February, before that date, prices were going up on goods. We can talk about all throughout 2025 before this war with Iran via his tariffs specifically. The tariffs that Supreme Court and the International Trade Court has deemed unconstitutional. So again, he has directly done things and indirectly done things to affect the market and to bring up prices on average household goods and services and food.
Well, they didn't get rid of all his tariffs. I mean, he just couldn't add tariffs on specific things under the guidelines that he thought he could. Now, again, that's why we have the
majority of those tariffs. Until he put a blanket one of, I believe he raised it up or tried to raise it up to 15% as of late, and then the International Trade Court just determined that to be unconstitutional.
Well, the International Trade Board, again, that's an international thing. That's more of a suggestion. It's the same thing like when people bring up the Budapest Memorandum, they think it's some type of international law. Well, for an international law to be passed,
the ruling is then taken into law, and we can use it
to
stop these tariffs.
Well, yeah, but again, the Supreme, I don't care what some foreign court says in some foreign land. We don't recognize that.
We don't recognize the International Trade Court.
It's kind of like the same thing over there in where they want to bring up people, the Hague. That's another court we don't recognize. We don't. Who are they to say? Right, we don't hand over our leaders to other countries to be tried.
Hey, Godfather. Mm-hmm. What if I told you that we created that court?
The Hague? The Hague?
No.
I don't care if we created it. It doesn't matter.
International trade that I'm referencing.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if we created it or not. The president is not beholden to their rulings.
I think you should have tracked the conversation better, because if the International Trade Court was able to determine something as unconstitutional, they would be going by our Constitution. International countries and other departments don't have to respect our Constitution. Only we would in our branches, such as said court. Mm-hmm. So you saying that we don't have to follow them or respect them or anything else would be false, while the president of the United States doesn't have to necessarily act as soon as they have a ruling. That ruling is used to determine in other courts with other branches or the ability to stop said action. Like the ability to rule it as unlawful. It is still extremely significant because it's quite literally our court.
But the Supreme Court gives the final ruling that guides both.
The Supreme Court can be the final ruling if it goes up to the Supreme Court. Yes.
Correct. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, we don't. That court means that's just like saying a ruling of a 4th District Court out in Washington. I'm just throwing out arbitrarily numbers of a court system. But what I'm saying is that ruling doesn't pertain and shouldn't pertain to blocking the president from doing his job because that guy woke up. If there's no person in his court that has been affected by that ruling, and that's why I think there needs to be rules change, laws change. I shouldn't say rules change, but laws change, because if it's not affecting somebody in Washington State, a ruling that happens in Washington D.C., that judge should have no ability to Right, because there's a lot of judges that do that. They wake up and some California judge says, "Oh, I don't like what the president's doing. I'm going to, try and block him from doing that." They shouldn't have that ability just because they're a circuit or a federal judge.
They literally should. Their job as a judge is to make rulings on the Constitution and challenge any order that the president in the executive branch may put out that violates it. which they have been, and then the executive branch can appeal it. And then it can go all the way up to the Supreme Court. We've seen that with several orders last year. In fact, the order where it actually limited the amount of injunctions that lower courts can put on the president. But they still can.
Right, but what I'm saying is that a judge that is not his people in his area are not being affected by it. That should not.
What
and
does
again,
that
that's
mean?
the
His
whole
people
argument.
in his area is not being
So
affected
like
by
again,
it.
so again, if
If
there's
an
a
executive
ruling,
order, I'm
correct.
sorry.
So if an executive order controls a certain area, like so whatever it may be, if it impacts no one in that state, in that area or that district, that judge should not be able to have any ruling or say in it. Now, if it affects a judge ruling in the Ninth Circuit or whatever circuit court in the state of New York or something like that, then yeah, if that judge wants to do that. But some judge where it has no implication to any people under his jurisdiction, he should not have that ability.
Can you tell me?
That's all I'm saying.
And I'm actually claiming cluelessness on this. Can you give me an example of a California judge that stopped an executive order that targeted Oregon?
The targeted Oregon?
Because that was your argument, that if it wasn't affecting their district...
Well, no,
then
the
they
one
shouldn't
I'm
be able to
using
stop
is
the
the
executive order.
hold on. The one I'm using is the Oregon judge that he. I'm trying to think which case it was. If it was immigration or something like that, that had really no bearings because there was nothing out of his district
What ruling are you
or
talking
his
about?
jurisdiction.
Also, you are
I'm trying to
grossly
remember. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
or mixing up federal and state judges.
No, it was a federal judge. But what I'm saying is that that's the one thing, and I can't remember who it was in Congress or if it was a senator who brought up legislation. It obviously got voted down to basically ban that having those judges having that ability. Because like I said, everything that Donald Trump does, we don't see it in action because everybody railroads it and says, oh, it's this, or hey, we want to, now they're going through and they're
the Constitution.
it doesn't violate the Constitution because again, the president. It doesn't.
The
So everybody
president
says
does not determine if something respects the Constitution or not. The president just executes actions.
okay. So you are okay with certain other presidents breaking the Constitution or not giving due process to American citizens?
I'm sorry. What about what I said alludes to that point?
Mm-hmm.
Does your neck hurt from that pivot?
No, it's all about being consistent because that's the one thing that Democrats are not. They're not consistent. So if it's not,
Oh, you think we're not consistent? That's rich.
you guys are the least consistent party.
Give me an
You guys
example
try-
of Democratic inconsistency, please.
Okay, here you go. When you go into the Democratic National Party's office in Washington, D.C., what's the first picture you see?
The Democratic Party's office in D.C.
What's the first
I have
picture you see?
no idea.
Oh, Abraham Lincoln, who's a Republican, by the way. That's the first picture you see because the Democrats tried to take credit for Abraham Lincoln, who was a Republican.
Putting a picture up is trying to take credit for a Republican president's work? Are you fucking saying that in the Oval Office, when, like, say, Barack Obama had a picture up of Abraham Lincoln, he was trying to take credit for Republicans' work?
The party. What I'm saying is you're trying to take credit for
Both
Abraham
parties
Lincoln.
have several presidents in their offices, the ones that they respect. Abraham Lincoln is well respected amongst both parties, even some Green Party people, because of his speeches and freeing the slaves. Them putting a poster up isn't them trying to appropriate Republican presidencies. That is a... W's in the chat to Melanie for the... let me let Kira up here. Oh, all right. When did you get in the request? I'm so sorry. W's in the chat to Melanie for the $5 Venmo. Why does MAGA have congestion? I don't know why he. Let's not pick at that. Let's not pick at that. Breathing issues is a breathing issue, guys. We don't do that here. Best ways to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo and PayPal. Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you are over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. One of y'all can talk about how this don't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, how many Democratic offices in Washington, D.C. have you been inside of?
One.
He did say the main one, by the way.
Which
the
doesn't.
Democratic Party.
The Democratic Party doesn't have an office in Washington, D.C. Maybe the DNC has an office,
Yeah,
but the DNC.
that's the one. Sorry, the DNC.
So the DNC is a private entity that has, and I'm not going to say has nothing to do with, but it's not part of the government. Okay, I have been in many, probably over 100 offices of Democratic and Republican senators and congressmen and women, and I don't honestly see. I mean, well, yeah, there's Republicans and Democrats that have Lincoln's picture up, but you just made it seem as though Democrats are, having these pictures of Lincoln. So I just wanted to come up and test your knowledge. And as I assumed, and I honestly don't even believe you've been in the DNC office in DC. So
okay, well, again, it's been many years, and I found it odd that picture was up, and actually there was a documentary.
Wait. So why are we not allowed as Americans, like despite political party, to celebrate like the successes of American presidents?
That isn't why it's there.
Then why is it there? Because personally, I'm a Democrat and I'm very progressive, and I have a lot of honestly issues with Abraham Lincoln and a lot of the first few presidents. But, he freed the slaves. He freed my ancestors. So I can respect him for that. Same thing with Eisenhower. He's a Republican, but he was a pretty, decent president. He built our highway system. I can respect him for that. That's the issue that I think you have as a Republican that you're projecting onto us on the left. We actually can, say, oh, this Republican did this good thing. The problem is that Trump doesn't have anything good to point out. It's not because he's a Republican. It's because he's Trump. There are plenty of Republican presidents that plenty of us can say good things about. And there are plenty of Democratic presidents that a lot of us can say a lot of really bad things about.
Yeah.
So,
and a bunch of people in the chat are echoing what I was literally about to say, and maybe even Ari was about to say. When we're looking at ideology, Lincoln would not necessarily be a Democrat or a Republican today. Go ahead, Ari.
Oh, I mean, that's actually, if you look up any kind of Civil War history, it's literally the Republican organizers appealed to young men in the North that were frustrated by what was considered the status quo. And with the movement that the Republican Party made at the time to appeal to young men in the North, that included abolishing slavery and everything else that went along with that. In that regard, they were literally not that different from what is the current demographic makeup of progressives at the turn of the 20th century, or even what you could call the New Left or the liberals in the 1960s, leading into the Progressive Party that you know today, or that you probably call liberals.
I mean, I don't call liberals because that means it's not what the traditional term was for. It was for libertarian. And the Liberal Party or Democrats or the progressives are definitely not under those guiles or under those directions. They're definitely the opposite of that, because libertarians are the party of, we want nothing from the government. We want the government.
Libertarian is not a party.
Well, they were a movement for a small time. I mean, you had Ron Paul.
So
those.
Do you know what the difference between American political parties versus the political spectrum is? Could you describe the difference between a Republican and a conservative?
That's just a subset within the party. They have certain ideas like Barry. Well, can I finish?
Go ahead. I was just saying no because you're wrong.
So Barry Goldwater was considered the first conservative. I mean, they've done documentaries about him and his ideas. He was a Republican, but he was a conservative. He believed in certain ideas that the Republican Party should swing more towards. There's also the Christian base of the Republican Party. There's bases of within the party, just like the Tea Party was a movement or an idea. It's just how you term it, how you phrase it, to bend it, to make it sound either more palatable or less palatable, right? Just like saying
no, not necessarily.
Well, sure.
So do you think that conservatives and liberals exist outside of the United States of America?
Yeah, but under different ideas of that country's political party
No. So
platform.
there's this thing called geopolitics. There's this thing called a political spectrum. And the political spectrum and where you fall on that doesn't necessarily have to do with, our political parties in America or whatever parties or whatever systems of government that other countries have. Like me being, a progressive, a social democrat, there are people in other countries who have the same morals as me that if they were in the United States would maybe identify as a Democrat, which I don't even do. I'm an independent. But the Republican and Democrat, that only exists in the confines of the United States of America. You don't bend and change the meaning of what it means to be liberal and what it means to be conservative and what it means to be progressive and what it means to be a libertarian based off of like how we're feeling in that current moment in history. It doesn't change the meaning. What changes is the policies that the parties put forth can be more progressive, more liberal, more conservative. Hence, as Ari was describing, when Abraham Lincoln, who was a Republican, at that time, the Republicans were liberal and the Democrats were conservative. That's why a lot of the Democrats were the people who supported continuing slavery and, the KKK coming from the Democratic Party, but it wasn't Democrats, it was conservatives.
Well, they weren't considered a conservative party back then. They were considered, I can't even remember the term that it was called, but that's what the Democrats try to call it today because it makes the conservative party sound like they were the party of the wackadoos. And what I'm saying is, if you go back and actually do...
You have a fundamental misunderstanding. So the Democratic Party ideology, because even now...
now you're going to take...
The Republicans can't even...
Can I finish my thought?
No, you're wrong on your inherent basis
I'm not
already.
I'm wrong.
You are incorrect. There is an ideology to each party that switched, right? Like I know
there is no such thing as the party switch back.
I know because you haven't done it. I know because you did a surface level Google research, and I'm sure that you read one piece of paper. The ideology of the Republican Party, they were the liberal progressives, right? They didn't call, you can actually look up what their party guidelines were back then, and you could see that was their ideology, was the same thing that aligns with the Democrats of today's society being considered liberal progressives or progressive liberals, however you want to phrase it, right? And then you saw with the Democrats that their ideology is exactly what the conservative values are of today. There was, in fact, an ideology switch between the parties, and to deny that is to deny history and deny the effects that the Civil War had long-lasting into our society and the long-lasting effects of the Civil Rights Act signed in 1964.
Guys, make sure you're taking care of, I'm going to butcher this, Ari and Kira?
Yes!
Why did you think you were going to mess up her name?
Because I have been for months now.
Guys, give Hector for doing that correctly twice tonight.
Because I fucking have been. W's in the chat to Miss Donna for the $1 cash app. Godfather's making stupid look smart. Thank you guys so much. Please make sure we're taking care of my panelists here. And if you want to support the platform, links in their bio. If you're over on the tube side, hit the like button on the stream, subscribe, turn on notification bells, and you may send a super chat or a super sticker. I just put Ari's YouTube channel in the chat. Please go subscribe to her. Kira is only on TikTok, so follow her here. Sorry, go ahead.
So this is the original term of liberal. What was the original term?
The original term? Doesn't all
originate
with free?
No, I mean like limited, right? Limited government, limited people telling you what to do. They were basically wanted to live just beyond anarchy, right? They wanted some rules, but they didn't want the government to do anything. That is
libertarian and liberal are not the same. They are not similar. Libertarians are on the right and liberals are on the left.
No, the liberal was...
You can also have like social libertarians and stuff like that would cause them to lean more left.
That was now. I'm talking about when it originally started. And again, that's the problem. We don't go back to the origination. We go back to when it was manipulated and turned to something different. Because again, there's been many of arguments about the whole, the Dixie movement, the Dixiecrats, and all this stuff, and then the party switch, like the Democrats became Republicans, the Republicans became Democrats. That never happened.
It was an ideology switch, not so much a party.
There wasn't. Well, that's what they call it. They call it a party switch. You can look.
I'm aware of them calling it a quote-unquote party switch. That's the easiest way to label it, but it ultimately was an ideology switch because the Republicans were the party that freed the slaves and was for the protection and advocacy of black people, and they've since walked back that. Do you know what the Southern strategy is?
Yes. You're talking about the things that Wallace
walk me down the Southern strategy. What is the Southern strategy?
I don't remember it off the top of my head. I just remember that basically they were trying to right around the I'm trying to get my time frame right. But basically what it was basically making the South into more of a poor demographically how do I say it? I guess more of black African Americans staying in the rural areas, keeping that, the education systems lowered, wealth, income lower. I'm sure I'm missing other aspects of it.
Weird framing of it, but sure, let's run with that. Which party was doing that?
Well, it was the Democrats, actually.
It was the Republican
No, it wasn't.
Party.
This is the
Many
Democrats.
individuals around the time, ones who identified as Dixiecrats, went on to be a part of the Republican Party that launched the Southern strategy.
Happened.
My guy, it quite literally did.
Nope. There's only one person that actually switched parties back then, and we actually looked it up.
Where did the Dixiecrats go?
The Dixiecrats stayed in Dixie.
Party-wise, affiliation-wise, where did the Dixiecrats go?
Democrats.
No, they didn't.
Wallace was a Democrat.
God, you don't fucking know stuff. Shit.
Was he not a Democrat?
Yes, he was a Democrat.
He was a Dixiecrat.
We're not talking about individual Democrats. We're talking about the movement, the direction of the party as a whole.
That's what he was. And that was the Democrats. LBJ was also a closeted
Democrats
Dixiecrat.
did not make up the majority of the Southern strategy. There were still Democrats who withheld or fought back against actions taken specifically up until the Civil Rights Act passed, or even the Voting Rights Act the following year. And then Democrats were the ones who then started running off of policies, particularly Lyndon B. Johnson, that would benefit black people, that would give some type of aid or assistance or whatnot to black people.
Because he went against his party, right? That wasn't what the party wanted to do. Wallace and many of Democratic governors did not want to do that in the South. They didn't want integration. That was on a state level.
You can look at the 60s and still see Democrats that fought back against the shift, sure. But that is not reflected in the parties, specifically after, I would say, late 70s, 80s. That was Republicans.
Maybe at a state level, but we're not talking at a national level.
Yeah, I am talking about a national level.
Would you say that the president of the United States maybe embodies what it means to be national level?
That's a good point.
Well, I mean, Johnson was a Democrat, was he not?
Oh, he's stuck. Hey, if I can, what is in today, in the year of our Lord 2026, which party touts private ownership?
That would be the Republican Party.
Okay, which party touts socially traditional ideas?
Well, the Republican Party.
Which party touts a limited government?
Republican Party.
Oh, okay. Which party touts that they're the rule of law?
The Republican Party, sure.
Which party says they're in support of free market?
Republicans.
Oh, okay. Isn't that funny that when you look up an 1860s Democrat, that's exactly the same party ideology that they had, which directly aligns with 2026 conservatism ideas that believed in private property, specifically that property being slaves. Thank you.
Private property in the North, there had nothing to do with slaves. It's that had already been taken care of. Now,
Did you see how he just swapped back to Republicans when I said Democrats? Yeah, that was very telling.
No,
he did a factory reset on live for everyone to see, just so everyone's
if
aware.
you just would listen to somebody else's point without interrupting them when you want me to not interrupt you. But again, that's what we expect out of Democrats, because nobody even look at
So you guys don't know things. Guys, let's get the likes up to 400K. You guys don't know things, and you have a lot of audacity for a group of people who don't know things.
You guys know less than we do. And again, for somebody that doesn't understand that, Mike,
lie again.
I'm sorry. Who just had to tell you that the International Trade Court was not only created by the United States, but against your other stupid talking point, they literally could and do have the power to stop trades.
They don't have stop.
They literally do.
Override the
They
president.
literally can.
They can't.
Do.
They do.
Why do you think the Supreme Court had to?
That was part of
the
that
Supreme
ruling.
Court
What ruling is that?
with the international.
That was part of the tariff thing. That the lower court in the business court said that within the frameworks of the Constitution, the president does have certain powers enabling to their office that no one has the ability to tell them what to do. They can't tell them who not to go to war with.
Which part of the ruling was that?
They can't,
Which part of the ruling was that?
That was part. I don't know what exactly.
Oh,
what
you don't know which
paragraph.
part. It wasn't perhaps the dissent.
It doesn't matter if it was the dissent or the opinion.
It absolutely
Because in
does
the opinion,
matter.
in the opinion, they also
No.
said.
I don't think you understand. Have you ever actually
Yes,
studied
I've read
law?
a full. Yes.
Have you studied law?
Have I studied? Have I went to law school? No. Have I read?
Do you know what it means? Like, what is the part in a judicial ruling that actually says what their ruling is and therefore becomes case law?
That's
What is
called
that
opinion.
part called? It's a four-letter word. It's a four-letter
Opinion.
word. No, it's not opinion. It's a four-letter word.
What is it?
Well, if you want to be, you can do 4 letters or 7 letters. It's the holding. Typically, when it's a ruling issued by the Supreme Court, it says held. So it's the holding is the part that matters.
Well, it's held or right. Well, again, it's known as the opinion, and then there's the dissent. The opinion is usually
The dissent are the outliers who are not the people that have set the precedent for case law.
Okay, so again, the dissent is written by the justices that did not vote in favor of. So again,
Correct,
the
and
opinion,
they are the ones that are incorrect because they are in the minority when it comes to SCOTUS.
okay.
They are when it becomes to judicial rulings, it is literally majority rules. When you are the lesser, the smaller number, you are the losing opposition. Your opinion holds no weight for legal authority.
Sure it does, because again, then
no, it does not. It does not hold any legal weight for perpetuity purposes. It does not.
If you let me finish a thought, again, what I'm saying is that many of court cases, they have used the dissents to then bring up other court cases because they could say, hey, this dissent was incomplete, or the opinions, they use other opinions, like we always quote Roe v. Wade, right? That was law of the land. Well, it wasn't law of the land. It was a court case that left it, when you read it, open to multiple interpretations. But we used it, but it was
the
not
dissenting
considered law of the
opinion
land.
is not legally applicable, nor does it set the precedent of the case. I'm so glad you brought up Roe v. Wade as an example, because yes, the justices that did not vote to pass that wrote a dissenting opinion, sure, anybody on a court, a random person such as yourself, can use the logic that the justices used to describe why they dissented, but it does not. It's not the precedent. The precedent is what the majority opinion says. And I would maybe advise you to listen to either myself or Ari or Hector, because everything you have said about courts since you have been on this live has been wrong. You very clearly do not have an understanding of how federal courts and the Supreme Court work.
Well, again, I'm giving I'm not giving the
The correct
no, I'm saying
anything.
everything. So what I'm saying is, if you guys let people finish, because you don't, because Democrats never do, because you guys always have to get your statements out. I've been kind. I haven't sworn, called any names. I haven't challenged anybody. I've been listening, and like I said, but that's what I'm trying to show people is that the Democrats it's all about, it's our way or no way. It's not a compromise like it used to be. It's not, hey, you win on some things.
We don't compromise on misinformation and disinformation.
Misinformation, disinformation was what we used to be called a difference in opinions. It's a difference in stats.
Hey, what is 2 plus 2?
Huh?
What is 2 plus 2?
7.
And see, that's where we could interrupt you to tell you that you're wrong.
But you can't.
Tell me how it's 7.
2 plus 2 is Jesus fish.
Tell me how it's 7.
2 plus 2 is 7.
Tell me how it's 7.
Okay, 2.
Mine is a joke, you dum-dum.
Factor of 2 is 7. If you add 3.
Yeah, so you have to add 3.
There you go. 2 plus 2 equals 7. If you add 3.
What is the law of gravity?
The things that fall down.
The things that fall down.
Yeah, shit falls down, inertia, inertia, evidence, whatever.
Shit falls down.
It makes
Shit
more
falls
and more
down.
sense every single day while you guys stay in the comments. It makes more and more sense every fucking day why you guys stay in the comments.
Because you probably believe Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time.
What the fuck is that about?
It's going to be my pride and joy to clip this fucking scene right here. Holy shit. Give me a second to do some thank yous.
I gotta drop down.
Follow Kira, please.
Nice to meet you, Kira.
Follow
You
Kira.
too, Ari.
Kira's fucking brilliant. Kira, spend some more time with me, okay? God damn, I'll be feeling lonely up here and
I
shit.
will. I actually took my last final for the semester yesterday, so I'll have much more time to be on TikTok.
Let's
I was
go.
stressed with school, but
W Kira, thank you so much for coming up. Guys, make sure you're following Kira. Also, y'all don't get away from the 2.5. That's just going to go to Ari. W's in the chat to...
And also, real quick though,
sorry.
Hector, before
Yes.
she drops, Kira, I'll have to follow you on my main. This is my backup. I got yoinked today.
yeah,
so.
no, I know it's your backup because I didn't follow this one, and so I didn't know that it was you until you started talking. But
W. Okay, I'll make sure I'm following you on my main. We'll
Okay.
take that one.
Yes, please.
thank you,
please
everyone.
do
Hector,
that.
I promise I'll come back more.
Thank you so much for coming up. W Kira. Kira's fucking brilliant. W's in the chat to Madam Ray for the $10 super chat on YouTube. Hector, Ronald Reagan strategist Lee Atwater came up with the Southern strategy. It was a way to trick the dupes of the South for votes. Do you know who Lee Atwater is?
Yes.
What did he do?
He was a crazy son of a gun who ended up having a stroke.
Yeah, that crazy son of a gun really loved Reagan. You can't talk about no ideology switch in the Southern strategy if you don't fucking know what he did. W's in the chat to Amber for the $20 super chat. Cook them, Ari. Love you all. Thank you for educating all of us. Guys, I just put it down in the chat. That is Ari's link tree. Please I thought I pinned it. Fuck, where did I do it? I'm gonna pin it. Please make sure you donate to Ari. Please make sure you donate to Ari. There is her link. It is pinned. I want to hear some thank yous from Ari because she's absolutely fucking brilliant. Kira's already gone, but Kira's brilliant as well. I think that's all I had. Yes. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. You guys see the sticker up there. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Cash App and Venmo. PayPal, Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. And if you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Please make sure you're directing your donations if you want to support Ari specifically to her link tree over there and the one up on this profile right here. Ari,
Democrats
I don't know where to
couldn't
go
beat
from here,
him
Ari.
either.
I don't know where to go from here, Ari. I actually don't.
You guys couldn't beat him in elections either.
What the hell? Is this?
Yeah.
I need, okay, Hector, I don't know if you're going to understand my reference. I might have to send you a GIF so you understand. But I feel like I need my murder board.
I feel like I should get that. I've heard it before.
I got you. I'll send you this. It's a GIF.
Hi, Ashby. What do you got? We're almost at 400,000 likes. Thank you guys so much for engaging with the engagement. Let's get the likes up to 500K and beyond. There's 736 people in here. I think, fuck it, we can get up to 500K. Can we get up to 500K in the next couple minutes? Double tap the screen, show the algorithm you want to be here. Hi, Ashby.
Hey, how's it going?
Because I legit don't know what else to do with this conversation. I'm done.
Yeah. Also, I sent it to you, Hector, so you know. Like, that's what I mean by murder board.
So my dad was actually in the Sons of the Confederacy. Who do you think he voted for?
That was directed to
Clinton?
you, Godfather.
Bill Clinton?
Really?
I don't know.
Really? Interesting.
So disingenuous, bro.
Wow. Have you heard of like the Daughters of the Confederacy and how they rewrote history in Southern textbooks? Are you from the South?
No.
Okay. So you're from where are you from, if you don't?
I was born and raised in Indiana. I live in Wisconsin now.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. That is very disingenuous.
What's disingenuous?
That you think my dad voted for Bill Clinton?
I mean, a lot of Southerners voted for Bill
Texas,
Clinton.
being a part of the Sons of the Confederacy.
Well, I mean,
he's a big Trump supporter. No, of course not.
So what's that mean? What's that have to do with price tea in China?
I don't know. I don't know if you can't make that connection, then that's tough. It's just disingenuous, like I said.
I also know black people that voted for Donald Trump. What's that have to do with the price of tea in China?
I mean, 10.
Thank you so much, Karen, for the bravos.
Does that mean they're voting
You
against their best
you
interest?
see how his ideology hasn't changed, though, right? Like, he's always voted with that same ideology, regardless of party, right? Like, they were the Dixiecrats.
They weren't. I mean, there's many documentaries and books that you can go out and read.
I'm saying, like,
that were written by individuals that took and studied this in depth, in nauseum, and they said there was no party switch. There was no ideal switch.
Who says this?
Ideology.
Dinesh D'Souza is one of them.
Who?
Dinesh D'Souza.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting pick of yours.
Oh, you said he wrote a documentary about it, and a book and a documentary about it, and he explained it to the best of anybody's ability. And he had multiple scholars on his.
Imagine citing a conspiracy theorist.
Literally.
It explains a lot.
You are
Explains how
citing
that
a
happened.
fucking criminal. Funny enough, one that was pardoned by Donald Trump.
So he's not a criminal anymore. He's been pardoned.
That's not what that means. A pardon does not get rid of the crime that you were convicted of. It removes your sentence. It ends your sentencing.
Do we
You
need
are still.
Do we need to change it to the links? What do we need to do, bro? What do we need to do, chat? What the fuck do we need to do? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I think, like I said, you guys believe Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time.
is-
Who the fuck said that? No one said that.
What in the
No, I
right
didn't.
hand is this?
Those words never came out of my mouth, bro. What the fuck are you talking
He said
about?
it earlier. He's throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Whoa. Be nice to spaghetti. We don't throw that against the wall. Not in my culture. Be nice.
You lack in culture. So here, I'm going to read
Be
this
nice.
directly from the opinion. Against this backdrop of clear and limited delegations, the government reads IEPA to give the president power to unilaterally this is from, by the way, Roberts, Chief Justice Roberts, who issued the majority opinion. I'm sure you understand what that means.
Yes, I read it.
So this is first sentence is talking about what the Solicitor General argued. Against this backdrop of clear and limited delegations, the government reads IEPA to give the president power to unilaterally impose unbounded tariffs On this reading, moreover, the president is unconstrained by the significant procedural limitations in other tariff statutes and free to issue a dizzying array of modifications at will. All it takes to unlock that extraordinary power is a presidential declaration of emergency, which the government asserts is unreviewable. Brief
So
for
hold on.
federal
Can
parties.
I-
I'm not done.
Well, just stop right there.
No, I'm
Because-
not done.
No,
I am
hold on.
not done. This is not finished. Shut the fuck up. Thank you.
You know what? This is why I have a question.
Up. I am not done. This is him restating what the Solicitor General argued. You can shut up and listen. It's a paragraph. I am not done. Thank you. And the only way of restraining the exercise of that power is a veto-proof majority in Congress. That view, if credited, would represent a transformative expansion of the president's authority over tariff policy.
God bless
See West Virginia 597 U.S. at 724. And indeed, as demonstrated by the exercise of that authority in this case over the broader economy as well, see Congressional Budget Office, CBO's current view of the economy from 2025 to 2028, page 5. Brief for federal parties 2-3. It would replace the longstanding executive legislative collaboration over trade policy with unchecked presidential policy making. And this would therefore try to override the role of Congress in trade policy. Congress seldom effects such sea changes through vague language. It is also telling that in IEEPA's half-century of existence, no president has invoked the statute to impose any tariffs, let alone tariffs of this magnitude and scope. Presidents have, by contrast, regularly invoked IEEPA for other purposes. At the same time, they have invoked other statutes, but never IEEPA to impose tariffs on products ranging from car tires to washing machines. I don't know why I thought car tires was just 2 words for a second. Sorry for that reading problem. And those tariffs did not even begin to approach the size or scope of the IEEPA tariffs at issue here. The lack of historical precedent for the IEEPA tariffs, coupled with the breadth of authority that the president now claims, is a telling indication that tariffs extend beyond the president's legitimate reach. Nowhere in the majority opinion are they saying that the president had the ability or the wherewithal or the authority to issue broad tariffs under IEEPA.
What I was saying was, they said that he has the ability to do the things that are already in place.
They literally did not. They literally did not.
How can they say he had the authority to do so when they ruled it out? I'm sorry.
The ones that are already in place.
And they've already ruled it to be illegitimate. The only people that said that the trade court has no authority over them is, in fact, Donald J. Trump and his Solicitor General. Correct. They are the only ones that have said that.
What I'm saying is, again, this is the argument, because again, we read the first paragraph like you were saying. That's why I wanted you to stop so I could just say, did you hear what was said? He said that in the baseline, in the beginning of that first sentence, that the president does have specific powers to do tariffs, but
no, he didn't. He was the beginning part of what I read, and I've already explained this to you, is him restating what the Solicitor General was arguing to SCOTUS. Not that that is in fact law or even remotely true.
So again, the argument for the whole thing, right, was that the president didn't have the ability to put trade tariffs on the goods and services and other things that he did. That was the whole argument that the other side was stating, right? His Solicitor General says, listen, these are expansions of the tariffs that was the original argument. Again, I'm paraphrasing and I'm butchering. I get it. What I'm saying is that was what they said. He went back and he redid the tariffs to match the guidelines under the Constitution and under the SCOTUS ruling. So
no,
he did
that wasn't under the SCOTUS ruling. It wasn't under the SCOTUS ruling.
Yes.
Again, you are reading from the dissent. The dissent is not legal case law.
No.
It does not set precedent, and therefore it cannot be followed or be constituted as broad authority being directed to him or a permission slip being passed on to the president.
You didn't hear what I said. A word, not a lick.
I literally did.
No, you didn't, because the president.
You said that within the SCOTUS ruling that they gave him other laws that he could utilize to apply tariffs, and that was only in the dissent.
No, in the ruling you read, if you continue on, right, it says that he can continue the tariffs that were already traditionally in place, and he has the ability to raise those tariffs. The new tariffs that he tried to put on were outside
And
of
what
that.
kind of tariffs are those before we, do the thing? But what kind of tariffs are those? Are those broad? Are they blanket? Or are they targeted and limited?
They were
No. What kind of tariffs were allowed to stay in place? Were they broad? Were they blanket?
Blanket.
Were they were blanket tariffs that were allowed to stay in place?
Mm-hmm.
Incorrect.
But
let me read the part where it literally said car tires and washing machines again, because
that's selective.
If you place tariffs on car tires and washing machines, is that blanket or is that a different word?
That's selective.
It's it's targeted.
Target, right? That's why I said.
Okay.
The blanket ones he could.
So it
keep
didn't
in
give
place.
him permission to do targeted tariffs.
No, you didn't. You didn't let me finish my argument. Again, you didn't let you guys just go into try and fix it before, and you didn't let me finish because I said what the president then did do is took all those tariffs that they said that were illegal off, and then increased the ones that he could do up. So again,
he didn't.
He followed
they
the
didn't.
law.
They didn't. You didn't read it. You didn't read it because you still said that he gave him authority to do blanket tariffs.
No, to do the tariffs that were still in place.
Yeah. Hey, Godfather, do you know when you look at the state of Florida on a map, does it resemble a certain shape?
No.
I really need Godfather to hear this.
Okay.
Your opinion is wrong.
Well, it's not. It's an opinion.
Go get a new one, bitch!
Because you believe Michael Jordan is the number one basketball player.
Those words never came out of my mouth. In fact, really quickly, let's go ahead and play it because you're lying your ass off. Also, W's in the chat to Melvin for the $10 super chat. I can't work with a person who is unwilling to recognize me and mine as human beings and wants to erase my history while wanting to marginalize my existence in order to feel comfortable in his whiteness. That is 6,000% correct. W's in the chat to you, Melvin. Let's do this because I can't stand when you fuckers lie on my name.
At the same time, they have invoked other statutes, but never IEPA to impose tariffs on products ranging from car tires to washing machines. I don't know why I thought car tires. But...
I'm trying to think which case it was. If it was immigration or something like
be a market and so on and so forth. So you're screaming. You'll see that sticker that I just put down there. Oh,
this is a black-owned establishment, by the way. I just want to let you know that.
They don't. Markets control prices. That's
ongoing beef, yes. A specific war to where we're hitting them and food. Oh,
well, they
I thought
didn't
it was up on the
get
screen.
rid of all his tariffs. I mean, he just couldn't add tariffs in specific things under the guidelines that he thought he could. Now, again, that's why we have the
majority of those tariffs. Until he put a blanket.
4 NASCARs now.
Are you talking about a different
beauty that we do? Again, because she said something about socialism. I said, well, I was going to chime in and said, well, Michael Jordan would definitely not want socialism. Michael Jordan is a prime example of why capitalism is so successful.
I don't give a fuck what Michael Jordan wants. Why the fuck do I care what a basketball player wants?
He's not a basketball player. He owns 4 NASCARs now.
Are you talking about a different Michael Jordan from the basketball player?
No, that's where he began his career. He now has another career. I mean, he's progressed from his basketball.
He's literally most known for his basketball career, and that helped him launch several other business venues.
If you actually ask most youth now, they know his shoes. They don't. They know his small amounts of his
shoes that represent his basketball.
They don't represent basketball. They're all stylish shoes. And how many people are wearing Michael Jordan shoes anymore in the league? I rest my case. Very few, if any. They're all style shoes.
Chat, am I tripping? Or did his shoe business not launch from his basketball career? And is there not a particular icon on the side of his shoes of him with a basketball, legs spread out, trying to dunk? Am I tripping? Or is that not the symbol that would represent his basketball career?
Not everyone, but okay, go ahead. Not all of them have his logo anymore. There are a majority of them, sure.
Anyways, you said the president does not directly control gas prices and all these other factors. Can you tell me, Godfather, where in that interaction I ever said that Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time? I can't even hear you. But whenever your
God
mic
doesn't
clears
even
up,
want him to answer.
clearly not. Your turn, Godfather.
That's it.
Now we're
You
hearing
didn't
you
hear me.
clearly. Go ahead, repeat it.
I did say it. You didn't say it.
Oh, so you lied.
I didn't lie.
I think you did.
No.
If you lied about that, what else did you lie about? If you don't know what I said a couple of minutes before, how could you know what's happening now? But you should ask yourself these questions.
You ask yourself a question.
What question?
Why did you vote for somebody who could never do the job?
What?
Never do the job.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Miss Harris.
And I don't care.
Bruh. That was. I should have gotten down to Gorsuch and his concurring opinion, where he even talks about why the U.S. International Trade Commission and the court has the authority.
Also, YouTube, I realize I have that weird cracky sound on that side. I'll figure that out on another end. I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on with my my mixer. Hassan, did you vote for Trump?
Hi, bro.
Thank you guys so much for getting Ari to 4.6k coins. Took y'all too fucking long. But we got there. We support brilliant ass fucking women on this goddamn platform. I'll make you do it. I'll make you fucking do it.
And if y'all haven't realized, this is my backup account, so you may or you may not be following it. So if you're not, if you see that plus sign, especially when I hit the mute button, hit it, because you're probably not following this account.
6,000%. Make sure you're following Ari's backup account. She got a flag talking about what Donald Trump did with, I can't even fucking say it. Then I'm gonna get a flag. It's stupid. She was literally talking about Donald Trump did, and they flagged her for civic and election integrity. Some bullshit, bro.
Like, wow, you can't even read his True Social posts anymore at this point because
I got a flag for that. I got a little the warning tab when I was going over his True Social post, and it was so full of misinformation. They fucking flagged me. I was like, bruh.
Yep, it's insane. Like, oh, I can't even quote somebody now. I mean, okay.
Girl said misinformation is a difference of opinion. I asked him what 2 + 2 is, and this man says 7 when you add 3.
That was when you add 3. Like, what in the girl math is this,
bro? I want to bring this back to earlier when that guy kept calling me gay. I'd rather be a gay smart lib than a stupid straight Trump supporter.
Hector, when are you gonna start telling the truth around here?
What did I lie about?
I think about everything nowadays.
Cool.
Hector, MAGA is more.
Here's where you guys
in the game.
Here's where you guys put yourself in a pickle. You call me a liar, which is one of the worst things you can possibly do. I asked you what I lied about, You guys always, or at least 90% of the time, default to everything. Which means if I lied about everything, as a person who gets on this app on a daily basis and has several videos saying several hundred things, it will be easy for you to pinpoint one. So go ahead and tell me what I lied about.
Well, that MAGA is like a dying movement. Do you believe in that?
MAGA very much is a dying movement.
How so? Trump just got 5 people primaried in the Senate in Indiana. They lost their jobs because they didn't go along with the redistricting. So if he doesn't have any power, then how did that happen?
MAGA is dying because they have to go to leaps and bounds to redistrict people who don't agree with them out of their seats.
Yeah,
is that what the fuck you said? Is that your example of MAGA dying?
Yeah.
Oh my.
It's not dying.
God.
That's what I'm saying. MAGA.
What a stupid fucking
listen here,
point.
Hector.
You're a stupid fucking person. Holy fucking shit.
MAGA has a stranglehold on
They can't even gain more votes. They have to take votes away from other people. They have to challenge the voting rights of black people specifically and their majority minority districts. That was your example of MAGA not being a dying movement. They can't win off the sheer power of people who support them. They only win off the redistricting people out of their safe seats. Or in some cases, not even safe seats, but purple seats. Wow.
How about Democrats in the South have a platform that gets white people, black people, Hispanic, everybody to vote for it? Why can't Democrats do that in the South? It only has to be black people they get down there. That's all they get. They don't get anybody else.
Grossly incorrect. Not missing.
And also, Hector, I actually want to ask, I want to learn something on this live. I've actually asked some different Democrat creators. Now, it's a very specific question. Before the Supreme Court ruling, were these majority black districts made so that a black person could represent the district or that black people could be represented by somebody of their choosing? And I asked this because in Detroit, I'm about
already.
What was the answer?
I said no.
So let me ask. This is the follow-up. In Detroit, city of Detroit is 87% black. They have no black congressional representatives. Can you explain that to me? How that's possible? And they had a white mayor up until this past year. Other than
they didn't vote for the black guy. The fuck? What the fuck is your point? What the fuck is your point?
Well, why wouldn't they? How can you be a city of 87% black people and not have one black person run and win? Is that not a little strange? And before you look it up, I'll help you out. It's Rashida Tlaib. She represents Dearborn area. And then this Indian guy named Sri, I can't pronounce his last name. Not a fan of him either.
They've had a few black mayors here.
Well, one of them went to federal prison. Trump let him out. Most recently, his name is Mike Dugan.
The fact that they've had several
I know.
mayors.
Well, recently. Again, but let's just stick on the congressional side because that's what this big fight is over. Is it not a little concerning that they don't have a black person representing them in the city of Detroit?
What makes it
in Congress?
concerning?
Well, why isn't there a black person representing black people? Here's another one, Hector. Why the hell is a Jewish man, Steve Cohen, representing Memphis?
I don't give a shit what people vote for. Their race and what they vote for is irrelevant to me. The fuck? And we can still talk about voter suppression that could be happening in the region. What the fuck is your point?
My point is, how can you have a city that's so predominantly black and have someone that doesn't look like them representing them?
Because nobody black ran against Steve Cohen.
Why not?
Until this cycle, which is being gerrymandered by the Republicans.
Can't we get a black person to represent black people in those cities?
Who the fuck is we? Who the fuck is we?
American citizens.
White boy? Who the fuck is we? There's no
American
we
citizens.
here. You're a whole cracker.
Yeah, there
What
is.
the fuck are we talking about, we?
United States citizens, we should be represented by people that look like us. White people should be represented by white people, which they usually are.
As long as they have our best interest at heart, then that's all that matters. I don't give a fuck what they look like.
Come on.
I don't give a fuck what my.
Blue, can you hold this down while I use the bathroom really quickly?
Sure.
Thank you.
I was in
What's your
District
name,
9.
sir? Blue? Okay,
Blue. I was in District 9 of Memphis or of Tennessee until this most recent redistricting. Now I'm in District 8. My parents are in District 5 because they wanted to dilute our voices.
Okay. Again, how on earth could a Jewish man represent black people in Memphis? What the fuck
Are
does
there
a Jew...
only black people in Memphis?
The city limits, yes.
There's
about
no
80%.
What the fuck? No, there's not only black people in Memphis.
Memphis and Detroit are extremely black.
Yes, but there's not only black people here.
Of course, not only, but there's damn near 85%, even maybe even more. What could they possibly have in common with the Jew? How could they possibly feel
He's human and he's on the left?
Yeah, but there's more to it, Blue. I just don't see it.
And
That's
again,
why I'm curious.
nobody
I wanted
has
to learn
run
about
against him until this most recent cycle. He's been unopposed.
Yeah, you know why? Because the Democrat parties don't let qualified black people run. They
No,
suppress
it's
them, they
because
don't give them any
nobody
money.
nobody was running against him.
Why not?
Justin Pearson decided to run against him this cycle, and then and he's still planning to run against him now that District 9 has been moved. But there's also, now that the District 9 has been moved, they're going to be running against people in Franklin, Tennessee, 3 hours away. They're going to be in District 8. They're going to be running against people in Nashville. Between Memphis and Nashville, 3 hour distance. What kind of representation is that?
Well, this is after the ruling. Before the ruling, they still had no black people representing them. Now, I understand
But Justin Pearson was already running against him for this cycle.
Well, was he going to beat Steve Cohen? I doubt it.
We don't know because
Yes,
we didn't get a chance to see.
The Democrats don't let black people run because they're lying.
That's not true.
Yes, they never let them win. You really think
what is letting? How does somebody let them win? It's a vote based on the votes.
Listen, Blue. If Steve Cohen gave a shit about black people being representative, his ass wouldn't be in the race. He'd say, you know what? I'm going to go home.
So we just don't have. We wouldn't have any representatives in.
No,
because he was unopposed.
He should step his ass down before this and let a black person represent Memphis.
Nobody was running.
Steve Cohen was running. Is he retiring? No, he's not.
And Justin Pearson is primarying him.
Again, we all know who would have won the race.
We don't. They're still running against each other.
Okay, Steve Cohen's going to win the race, and he might even still win.
Shut up.
Call from
Andrew.
Andrew, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Cool. Hold for one moment. Hey, Tigga, I think your idiot brain is getting fucked by stupid, and I'd offer you lube, but you call it woke. You can stick around, Blue. Give Blue.
Sure.
Alrighty. You voted for Trump, correct?
Yeah, I did.
Do you regret your vote?
I'm sorry if it's a little loud. Sorry. Go ahead.
Do you regret your vote?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Do you regret your vote?
Hello?
Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth?
Hello?
Hold on. It may be me. It may be me. The last guy did the same thing initially. I'm not sure what's going on with the sound there. W's in the chat to Ivan for the $1 Venmo. Why is this white man calling himself Tigga? White men are down bad in 2026, y'all. Especially the right ones. W's in the chat to Audrey for the $10 Venmo. Tell Tigga he's wrong about Rashida Tlaib. She is my representative in Southfield, Michigan, not Dearborn. Not surprising. Not surprising. Also, guys, okay, so we're saying Democrats don't support black candidates just because a white person may win over a black candidate, specifically in the race, thank you for the information, Blue, where no other black person ran against them. But then he fall back on the argument that if no other black person ran, it's because the Democrats kept them down. That doesn't make an ounce of fucking sense.
None. Call from.
Are you hearing me, caller?
Yes, I can hear.
Got you. I think you already said you voted for Trump. Do you regret your vote?
No, I don't.
Great. Why is that? And I have a guest with me, so you may hear his voice randomly. Thank you, Tabby, for the moonwalks.
Okay. Yeah, I support his the war that we got with Iran right now.
You support the war in Iran?
Yep.
Are you a warmonger?
It depends.
It depends. Tell me the circumstances that would warrant that dependence.
If a hostile country is threatened to, nuke or destroy allies or us or allies or us I
Thank you,
support
Sabby.
war against them. Yeah.
They've never threatened to nuke us or our allies.
Oh yeah, they
They
did.
don't even
Yeah, they
have the
did.
capacity to nuke anyone because they don't have nukes.
Well, we always stop them. That's why Israel always stops them.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Sabotage. They sabotage a lot of their centrifuges.
God bless you.
Thank
What
you,
was that?
Colleen.
Somebody said, "God bless you."
It's a GIF reaction thingy majiggy on this side.
Oh, so okay, so the ballistic missile program that Iran has, we can agree that that's a problem,
No,
right?
we cannot.
Nope.
Their ballistic
So if
missiles has
Iran-
mostly been used in defense because Israel and the U.S. keep fucking striking them. The majority of the time they've used it
Yeah.
against us has been in defense. And nor is that their nuclear capacity, which they don't have, once again. You know who does have a secret nuclear program? Israel.
Yeah. And who would you rather see with a nuclear program, Israel or Iran, if you had to pick one?
None of them. At this
No, you
point?
have to pick-
At this point?
Yeah, yeah. At this point.
You're not gonna like this answer.
You really not gonna like this answer. You really
Yeah, go
not gonna
ahead.
like this answer. At this point, Iran.
Yeah, okay? Do you want?
I'm gonna tell you exactly why I'd say. Exactly why I'd say Iran. Because then the president of the United States would not be able to bully them the way that he has. And they've mostly been seeking it after we keep attacking the fuck out of them in defense. Countries with nukes tend not to get fucked with as much. And that's the main reason why they want it. And for the most part, we don't have to worry about any country really using it because A, mutual destruction. B, the only country that ever did drop a nuke on somebody is the fucking United States. And now they whine and cry that everyone else is getting one or getting close to one. Versus Israel, which has always shown, already shown a propensity for great mass amounts of fucking genocide in Gaza, probably would have nuked the region if they could.
So you want a state who
You gave me an either or. You gave me an either or. I want to make it
Okay,
super
yeah, yeah.
duper clear. None of
Yeah,
those
so-
motherfuckers should have nukes. But since in your
Yeah,
either
okay,
or,
fair
I
enough.
say Iran.
But you want Iran. You want a state who funds terror proxies, who says they're going to commit more terror attacks until the state of Israel is destroyed. You want a country who are Islamic radicals who want to nuke
The state of Israel
and the
is
US
radicals.
and Europe
The
because
president of the
because
United
they
States
believe
and
that
his
if they
administration
commit-
currently are
if
radicals.
They commit jihad. They're gonna their 12th Mahdi gonna come back.
Yeah, I don't think
So
you're
you
listening
want a
closely
bunch
to
of
the words
radical
coming out of my
jihadists
mouth because
and
literally in
suicide
your
bombers.
example, I said I do not want that, but you gave me an either or and I chose. So there's that.
Yeah, why would you pick
Also,
over
you
Israel?
sitting
That's-
here
why-
saying,
why would you
acting
pick
as
that?
if Israel is innocent and bloodless is fucking insane. So I want to get back to why you support us, our war in Iran, based off the fact that they don't have nuclear missile bombs, nor were they aiming to get them.
They were aiming to get them.
Based off of what? Big W's in the chat to you guys for hitting 500,000 likes. There's 720 of you in here. I would really love to hit 600K. The goal is 1 million. I don't think I have the million base today. Maybe y'all prove me wrong. Double tap that screen. Let's see how far we get. Please take care of Blue while he's here as well. I do have a donation. W's in the chat to Ivan for the $2 Venmo. Can someone tell Tigger about how voter suppression works? Supreme Court majority only cares when it comes to white voices, but not when it comes to black voices. Always and forever, clearly. W's in the chat to you, Ivan. W's in the chat to you. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. You guys already know what to do. You know the usernames. Just go do it.
Yeah, so
All
so
of our
Iran put out a
intelligence
temp-
agencies could not confirm what the Trump administration has been lying about for months, which is that they were weeks away from a nuclear bomb or had one already. Thank you, Black Panther. And Mandy.
Well, so Iran put out a 10-point plan, and their 10-point plan was they wanted to continue their nuclear enrichment. They wanted the U.S. to repair all the damages. They wanted primary and secondary sanction relief. They wanted Israel to stop attacking freaking terrorists in the region.
Where can I look at this
and then
10-point
they're
plan?
Open back up the strait.
Where can I look at this 10-point plan where it said that they wanted to continue their enrichment?
Yeah, they wanted to
No, where
continue
can I look at
their
this?
enrichment.
Where can I see this?
Strong feeling he's conflating
This is the Iran. Look up the
missiles with
Iran
sugar.
10-point plan. What they offered the U.S. That's what they wanted. They wanted to continue their nuclear enrichment.
Where did you read it?
Let me pull it up.
I'm looking it up.
Iran. To the U.S.
Oh, well, yes. They wanted for bro.
Let's go back to the JCPOA levels, right?
Hey, I have a question for you, caller. What point of uranium enrichment is weapons grade?
90%.
You can do it at 60%. Just depends on the weapon. But sure, for a full bomb, 90%. What can you do with under 60%?
I don't know. I'm not a nuclear. I'm not a scientist, but I don't know what you can do.
You're unaware of the fact that you can use under 60% for energy in certain reactors. In fact, they're working on reactors that actually go above 20, 25, 30% for power.
Yeah, but you don't need that much for civilian use.
They're literally
0.7%
making new reactors that require a higher percentage of uranium enrichment to power it. It's more efficient.
So
they said
80%,
in their
that's fine.
10-point ceasefires plans that they wanted the ability to continue to enrich uranium, no different from what they were doing under the JCPOA for their nuclear programs. The civilian ones, the ones they've been using for energy and otherwise.
So if they go to 85%, they say, yeah, we're still using it for energy, guys. Nothing to worry about.
You don't know what the JCPOA is, do you?
We literally never have reports with them over 60, and that was since 2021.
Caller, you don't know what the JCPOA is, do you?
But the nuclear stuff is not the only problem. It's also the ballistic missiles and the proxies in the region.
No, the nuclear point is what matters in regards to the deal.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm saying that the proxies, Hezbollah, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, PFLP, random freaking terrorists from freaking Iraq, Iraqi mercenaries, those, like all these people are a problem.
Thank you, Camila. All I give a shit about is America or other places not getting nuked. That's what I give a shit about.
Same.
It's called America First. You
So
should
when-
try it
So
sometime.
let's say
Donald
so
Trump
Benjamin
ran off of that.
Netanyahu put out a statement and said he wants America to stop funding Israel. He said we should cut all the funding. So what's going to happen is
Donald Trump has
once
not done
Israel becomes, because everybody's like, oh, we need to separate from Israel. We need to separate from Israel. But then when Israel does strikes on their own, they still get criticized. The U.S. goes, oh no,
Because
Israel,
they're
you need to stop.
genociding
You're killing too many terrorists. You need to stop.
No. These over 60,000 people that they've killed in the Gaza region have been women and children not affiliated with Hamas.
Yeah, and they also said they killed 30,000 Hamas terrorists.
Yeah, they say a lot of things. I don't believe a
that's
fucking
what
thing
that-
that comes out of Israel's mouth.
Yeah, okay, but you believe Iran?
Hey, is this Andrew?
Yeah.
You know this guy?
Yeah.
I need to
It's my homie Ari.
What is the JCPOA? I'm trying to munch.
The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action or some that crap that it was the deal that
Correct.
that Obama did.
I mean,
Where they were dropping giant crates of cash into the Middle East.
That's not
giant crates of cash.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Andrew, how much cash was given to them?
How much money? Billions of dollars.
Billions.
And
How
that's
many
for them to
billions?
fund proxies. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why that money was given to the Iranians?
Yeah, apparently to stop their nuclear to stop their nuclear enrichment. That only was to stop them for
No,
10 years. So we all get
it
nuked for 10
wasn't.
years.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, what was it for?
Yeah, it was because the international courts had issued a court order against the United States to reimburse the Iranian government for a failed arms trade sale that never was fulfilled on our end of the United States of America from the 1970s. We paid them their money back plus owed interest because it was sitting in an account untouched. It was their money that we gave back to them plus interest.
Wait, so you said it was an arms deal that we were supposed
From
to
the
give them?
1970s. Yeah, we had an arms trade deal that we were supposed to sell them our armament, our guns, etc. Back in the 1970s. The United States failed on their contract, and we never gave them their money back either. So they had to sue the U.S. in international court, and the court ruled against the United States. We were court ordered to give them their money back, plus interest.
And in the Iran-Contra conflict,
hold
didn't
on.
we
So
sell
why
weapons
did
to
they
other
wait?
proxies in the region to fight them? But we went back on our
Why
deal
did they
with them
wait
specifically?
almost
Yeah,
30 years
we
to
went
do
so
this?
far as to actually fund and assist Iraq and Saddam Hussein with the 8-year war between Iraq and Iran. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Iran, I don't agree with funding Iraq neither, but Iran was a bigger threat. You know, Iran, I mean, even the Israelis said it, that Iran was the bigger problem. The Israelis didn't even want the United States to go into Iraq.
God bless you.
Thank you, Second Society.
They always said that Iran was the bigger threat.
You have a lot of feelings, a lot of like warm fuzzy feelings towards Israel. It sounds like.
He does.
I'm a supporter of Israel.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's wild.
What do we gain? What do you gain from being a supporter of Israel? I'm curious.
What do you mean what I get? I just don't want Jews to be murdered by a bunch of Islamic crazy people.
Say Jewish people.
Do you
So
want?
you'd rather the Israeli government
murder a bunch of
other people?
Arab? Like what?
No, I don't want Israelis to murder Israel to murder innocent.
What the fuck do you think they've been doing since October the 7th?
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. How do you conduct strikes without casualties? What would you do?
Don't strike.
Yeah, you just don't hit the big red button.
Don't
Hamas
attack
firing
hospitals and
hundreds of thousands
schools.
of rockets, they break into your country during October 7th. They kidnap and kill hundreds of your people. They fire 220,000 rockets, and you're like, don't do nothing.
No. So what you do is you capture the individuals that were responsible and you prosecute them in a court of law.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
You don't genocide an entire population of people that had nothing to do with the attack.
How do you capture them?
How do you capture them? You go in and you like try to get them, but you don't have to kill an entire population of people that had nothing to do with the attack.
So you want me to send my troops in where my troops can get shot up, blown up, booby trapped, they get hit with explosives, people firing out of windows at my IDF soldiers? You want me to send my troops in to get massacred by terrorists?
If you care about not committing international war crimes and respecting law, I mean,
I care more about my own soldiers than random freaking pricks supporting Hamas.
They didn't support them. What is the average age? What is the average age of a Palestinian?
I don't know. 70% of the Palestinians supported the October 7th attacks. 70%.
No, they didn't. Where'd you get that? You know I'm gonna ask you for data. Where'd you get that?
Yeah, Google it. It was 50 to 70%, and there was
Where'd
even
you get
more
it?
in the West Bank. In fact, when it happened, they were cheering. There were videos of Palestinians literally cheering when the October 7th attacks happened.
Where'd you find it? Can you cite a source? I know you know how to do it. Google is a search engine and not a source.
I'm tired, boss.
All right.
Oh, Bandrew, did you Bandrew, hold on one second. Bandrew, did you call the enlistment number yet?
The who?
The recruiter's office yet?
No, why would I call the recruiter's numbers?
You told Jimmy that you would. Jimmy
No, I
gave you
didn't.
the recruiter's number.
I didn't tell Jimmy that.
Why'd you
Jimmy
write down
just
the
gave me
number
the
then?
number. He just gave me the number and then he hung up.
Oh, I like how we change stories.
Y'all
That's
don't
what he did.
read.
It says, based on polling from the Palestinian Center for Policy and Research, approximately 50 to 70% of Palestinians across the West Bank and Gaza believe Hamas' decision to launch October 7th was correct. And surveys conducted throughout 2024
In
and late
response
2025.
to what?
This is right. What?
God bless you.
In response to what?
In response to them being Jews.
Oh, what?
What you just said
Yeah, they wanted.
is one of the most
Yeah, they wanted-
insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no
Okay,
point
they want to kill
in
Jews
your
in their
rambling,
charter.
incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Kit, you
Yeah,
had something after Ari?
Oh, I can let Kit go. That doesn't bother me any. I love Kit.
Hi, Boo. Hi, Ari. Hi, Hector. I'm just curious if you're conflating like them hating Jewish people and the attacks that have been going on, and how you're managing that when we have the numbers of who's been losing their lives and who's currently in an open air prison and who's not. These are all easy things to read, Andrew.
Yeah, I already understand that the Palestinians are in the open air in prison, but they put themselves there.
What?
So when did Israel become the country that it is now? Do you know when that happened?
Yeah, it was in 1948.
Cool. What was it before that?
It wasn't called Palestine. It was a regional area in the of the Ottoman Empire.
You understand that you're just saying that the people that are taking over the area get to unalive all of the people that were already there because they feel like you're condoning G-side.
What do you mean?
Just
the
to cut
Jews
in, I'm
were
sorry.
already
It was
there,
called
and-
the
and-
British
No, stop. Okay, for one, I'm a Jewish
I mean, the
person.
British
Stop
mandate.
saying the Jews. For God's sake,
British
stop saying the
mandate
Jews. I am a Jewish
for
person.
Palestine.
Stop saying
Nice
that.
to meet you, Kit.
Hold on, y'all.
Well, that was after World War
Caller,
One, where they
caller,
they
shut
called
up,
it
shut
the
up,
British
shut up. Sorry,
British
delivery.
mandate for
Just
Palestine.
call him Bandrew.
Go
He's
ahead,
used to
delivery.
it.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I thought I was talking over somebody. Good to see you, Hector. Kit, nice to meet you. Ari, good to see you again. I'm also a Jewish person,
What's
proudly
happening?
anti-Zionist
I keep
Jewish
glitching
person.
out.
Oh, no worries. So, Andrew, I think it is. It was called the British Mandate for what?
Palestine, yeah. Palestine.
Okay, so you agree then that before the foundation of Israel, it was called Palestine, because as the British themselves admitted, they had a mandate for Palestine, right? The land of Palestine.
Yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, you're correct.
Okay, So you agree that the land that is now called Israel today in political documents is the land known as Palestine?
Yeah, the land, yes, it's called Palestine, yeah.
Okay, so you agree then that Israel was built atop Palestinian land?
Well, those people aren't really Palestinians, they're freaking Arabs.
Well, don't run away from the question now.
Oh my god.
Well, there's no such thing as Palestinians. They started calling
Well, you
themselves
just agreed
Palestinians
that the land was...
during Yasser Arafat.
Whoa, hold on, relax now. You just agreed that the land was Palestinian, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Palestinian
So
land.
the people who come from the Palestinian land are called...
Are called what?
Palestinian, hence the name of their land, right? Just like Americans come from America, right? So again, what you're failing to connect here are some very crucial and obvious dots. So I'm gonna walk real slow for you. Okay. We need to establish that the land is known as Palestine, has been known as Palestine for thousands of years. Okay.
Wait, hold on for a second. Hold on. The people that were there in the land of Palestine, they didn't refer to themselves as Palestinians. The Arab leaders at the time said that they weren't Palestinians. They said they were Arabs. That's what they called themselves. They
Are
never
you
referred to
aware-
themselves as Palestinians.
This is so stupid.
Are you aware that Golda Meir, whose name you may or may not be familiar with,
I know who that is, yeah.
Okay. Are you aware that she refers to herself as a Palestinian, the founding mother of Israel?
Okay.
Why do you think that is? Do you think that that's maybe because she was born of the land before the state of Israel's creation?
Yeah.
Right. So the people of that land are called Palestinians, right?
Okay, that's
And
fair. They can,
like-
you have Palestinian Jews and you have Palestinian...
No, hold on.
Yeah, that's
hold
fair.
on.
Okay.
Don't get ahead of me here.
Okay.
Now, just like in America, Palestinians can have a multitude of further identifications. Yes, there are Palestinian Jews. Yes, there are Palestinian Christians and Muslims and countless other, they're atheist Palestinians. Okay? That's irrelevant. The fact is, they are Palestinians. All of them. All of the people who resided in that land before Europe started flooding their homeland with both Category B refugees from World War II and Category A that preceded it, literal T gangs from Europe. The Haganah, the Stern Gang, the Leahy. These are the reason that the IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces, are called forces. Because like in America, where the slave patrols were conglomerated to create the American police system, in Israel, the same exact thing happened with the settling T groups becoming their military. So
Wait, hold on.
I think... Go ahead. Cut it. Go ahead.
Didn't the Ergun or the Leahy, one of them, didn't they form because of Arab violence? Because in that region they were killing Jews in that region.
No.
And they were
no,
paramilitary
no.
that formed to defend Jews.
No, sir.
From Arab...
Those were gangs. No, sir. Those were gangs that were quite literally imported to the region from Europe. They were designated as T groups. Some of them, and I believe one may not have been designated yet at the time, but were designated as T groups by England and other countries in Europe. And it was convenient to get rid of these T groups from Jewish ancestry into the Middle East to create discord and disharmony in a future project area of colonization. Sort of killing two birds with one stone.
Wait, you said T? What do you mean? What is T groups? I'm not understanding.
Like, you know how in America, right? You know how in America the president loves saying certain things about certain groups of people, like Antifa, they're all T's. This is what England said about the Ergun, the Leahy, the Haganah in the 1920s in Europe.
Yeah. Because,
okay.
Yeah, they did. Well, the Ergun, I mean, what's it? I think it was the Ergun. The Ergun, because in Hebron in 1929, the Ergun were lit because they were anti-Zionist Jews, and the Ergun was going there to protect them, and then the anti-Zionist Jews told them to get out of here, you Zionists. And so the Arabs came and they massacred the anti-Zionist Jews. Why they killing
There's
anti-Zionist
plenty.
Jews for?
There are still plenty of anti-Zionist Jews. Thank you.
Yeah,
What the hell he's
why
saying with that one.
did
But
these
Andrew,
Arabs
Andrew,
kill the
relax.
anti-Zionist Jews?
Let me ask you a very straightforward question. As recently as the late 1930s, meaning after camps had been opened up in Europe by Germany, as recently as the late 1930s, the overwhelming majority of the Jewish population of the world was for or against the creation of the state of Israel.
Can we get to 600K? Double tap the screen.
They were for the creation. They needed a homeland because they were getting killed in Europe.
Wrong, sir. In fact, many conspiracy theorists argue that was a huge part of the purpose of the HCOS in World War II. Okay. Have you ever looked up the etymology of what the word HCOS means, sir?
No. You're talking about the Holocaust, right?
Really quickly.
Yes,
really
I highly suggest you do that.
W's
because
in the
the
chat to
word
Taffy for the $10. Thank you so much. Taffy didn't even send a message. Taffy just sent 10. W's in the chat to Melvin for the $5. I'm not Jewish, and I see that this caller is mucking up history in order to confirm his irrational, incorrect points. Please shut the fuck up. Yeah, I hope he does. 35 more to go. Go ahead, delivery. And Kit, just message me whenever you want to kick.
Appreciate that.
Can I ask something? Can I ask something real fast?
Sure.
You said it was a British mandate for Palestine?
Follow the panel.
Yes.
Follow the panel.
Yeah. So the Brits did they promise the Jews a homeland in that region? Same with the Arabs. They promised the Arabs a state.
Why did they say that? Why did they do that?
Because the Jews needed a homeland.
Well, no. See, this is a very complicated question, but it's also very straightforward. The Balfour Declaration, which is well before World War II, okay, was a promise made by a man very closely tied to a lot of Jewish banking families.
The Rothschilds, yeah.
They're one. They're just the one that people love to mention.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, it is what it is. And the reality is truth is often stranger than fiction. They did have a very complicated banking network for a very long time in Europe in a way that nobody else really did, which allowed them to amass power and influence and so on and so on. But here's the catch. They were a weapon at that point in history because they were confined to those sorts of jobs. They were only allowed in many European countries to only work in certain industries, including banking. And because let me finish, this is kind of crucial. Because they believed in charging interest to Gentiles at a time in which even Gentiles did not charge interest to Gentiles, at that point in history, it gave them a leg up. And European empires weaponized this leg up and said, hey, we'll let you exist in our civilized society, and all it's going to cost you is everything you believe in. So be our tool, be our bank, and we will reap the rewards until you gain so much influence as our society thinks that you're a danger. And then we will throw you out on your seemingly different behind. And this happened over and over again, as I'm sure you're aware. The funny thing is you don't seem to be aware that that's exactly on a geopolitical stage what is happening today with the state of Israel.
Well, to be fair to the Jews, I heard that the reason why a lot of these countries expelled the Jews is because they owed the Jews money, and a lot of these countries didn't want to pay the Jews back, so the Jews just kicked them out.
I mean, again, this is kind of a bit of an oversimplification, but Yeah,
Yeah, I
this
know.
is part
This
of
is so out of my wheelhouse.
But let's get back to the modern day, okay? Because we need to establish a couple simple things. Europe wanted a population out. Europe also wanted to colonize everywhere except where they were, including where they were sometimes. But what we're left with is a two birds with one stone situation. I can get rid of the people who think that they can get by in my society at the same time as disrupting the people that they are similar to, right? And if you look at the history of the Middle East, this is a tactic that has been utilized ad nauseum. You take a minority population and you put them in charge of a country in which they have the wounds and scars of history to be angry with every other ethnic population around them, and boom, instant problems. So it's really quite straightforward that this is the same game that Europe has been playing in Africa and Asia and South America for 1,000 years. The problem is it's seemingly complicated by people's belief in faith, but that's not supposed to be part of the conversation. Your religion is your business and mine is mine, right?
Yeah. I feel like we got a little off topic. I think it seemed like we drifted way off. All I'm saying is it is the fault of the British. The reason why we're in all this mess. They made promises to both sides, and they said, yeah, we'll give you a state. We'll give you a state. You know, both sides don't like each other. The Arabs don't want Jews there. The Jews are like, you know, they made all these labor unions, and you know they kicked the Arabs out at a lot of the places. So it's really the fault of the British, to be honest. If you want to be honest.
Hi, Rafa.
Hello. Hi.
Please, the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you. And big W delivery, and big W to Hector. I've been watching you for a while. Big fan.
I didn't do shit, but thank you so much.
long time no see, sister. Good to see you.
Say hello. Keep up the good fight. So can we just? I'm a Palestinian. I'm from Gaza currently. I live in the United States, but I just kind of wanna. So the language that is being used is it's a very and it's meant for it to sound that way. So like one particular word that's continuous, and this is nothing but hasbara, right? So hasbara is a language that was created, propaganda, if you will, and that has been implicated for over 100 years, right? And so and it was huge industry, huge push on this, especially in the West, especially in the United States specifically. So certain things or certain terminology that will be used is like things like, oh, the Muslims, or the Arabs, and then another term that would be used is, oh, this is a conflict, and no, a conflict is if your younger sister steals, you know, your cookie, the last cookie out of the jar. That's a conflict. A conflict is, you know, I don't know, spilling coffee on your white shirt before you go to work. That's a conflict. That's a little bit of an issue, right? We are talking about occupation, colonization. We are talking about a dehumanization of an entire civilization, right? So if we can just kind of look at, and by the way, I understand that many Westerners use this language not because they mean to. It is because that's what has been pushed on them for, again, over 100 years. This has been very planned out, very intelligently put, right? So let's talk a little bit about the Arabs. So first of all, let's look at the I state right now, or as I like to refer to it, occupied Palestine. If you look at the I state, I'm sure you guys have seen people there with like kind of like a tannish complexion and or who look Middle Eastern or look like they're from the region. That was absolutely intentional. So they started off with bringing in European settlers. and the European settlers settled, and then actually a lot of the Holocaust survivors traveled to the United States of America and stayed in places like New York. While the ones who stayed behind and the ones who were brought in were actually a lot of what is referred to as Mizrahi Jews. Mizrahi Jews are actually Arabs. They're Arabs. They come from places like Tunisia, Morocco, or that's what we would refer to them. And I'm being facetious when I use the term Arabs because it's such a dehumanizing way to kind of say it. These people were brought in from Morocco, from Yemen, from Iraq, from different parts of the region, and they did it so that they could kind of mesh into the Palestinian society. And as a matter of fact, they were getting along so well with the Palestinians, as were the Ashkenazis, as were the Sephardics, that they began to call them Mizrahis instead of Arabs, and began to tell them that the Arabs are bad. Now let's look a little bit about the ancestry of Palestinians. Palestinians are not Arabs. Their lineage is not Arab. They did not speak Arabic. They spoke Aramaic, okay? Which is what a lot of people are unaware of, okay? Now, were there intertribal marriages happening? Absolutely. That entire region, the Levant region, Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, was actually open during the time. So there was a lot of commerce going on. The commerce that would happen was happening from the Arabian Peninsula. So people from Yemen were coming, people from Najd, people from Hijaz, from Saudi Arabia were traveling into the Levant, and there was a lot of marriage. There was a lot of marriage happening in Sina, in Egypt, Africa, right? So there was a lot of mixing going on. So do some Palestinians have some Arab lineage due to marriage? Absolutely. Was there intertribal mixing? Absolutely. Would they be determined as Arabs and Arabs alone? No, we have our own identity, and it's very important that we speak on this. And I also wanted to speak about how the Palestinians, the Canaanites, whatever we refer to, we've actually been fighting off colonization for thousands of years. So it did not start with the British. It actually started with the Greeks, and then with the Romans. And then after the Romans, the Egyptians even tried. And then after the Egyptians came the Ottomans. And then after the Ottomans came the English. So over the course of time, for thousands of years, Palestine, the land of Canaan, or that region of the Levant, has been constantly a direct target of colonization. What is happening right now in the I state is nothing more than modern day occupation and apartheid. What is happening to my people is absolutely abhorrent. I know you guys have watched the videos, and I'm not sure if you know that this has been going on for the last 100 years, that Palestinians are used for their organs, that Palestinians are used for their skin, that their children are taken away from them in the middle of the night and used for certain activities. And this all has happened the same way that it has happened in the Americas, in Africa, in Asia, and any other place that has been colonized by European colonies specifically. It is nothing more than that. It is no one's promised land. No one is God's chosen. We just need to make sure that those things are clarified. Now, as a Palestinian, I am 100% with the existence of the I state. I just believe that the I state should be given to the Holocaust survivors in the land of their ancestors, which is in Austria and or Germany. That is their promised land because that is where they come from, right? Why should it have to be on my land, which is the land of my ancestors? And I'll land there,
So
and
you-
I'm happy to answer any questions.
I got one quick question. So you don't mind the what you don't want the European, so you don't mind the original Jews, or what they would call the real Jews. You don't mind them being in the land. You just don't want European, or what you would call European people who are Jewish. You don't want them there, but you don't mind the actual Jews being there.
May I?
Yeah, I was just
We are the original Jews. We are the original Jews. We are the original Hebrews. We are the Semitic lineage. Okay? Moroccans are
Yeah.
not are you so just so I can make it simple, and then please I want delivery to go. So let's say Reggie, I think your name is Blue Reg. Let's say Blue Reg, tomorrow you decide to convert to a particular religion, right? Let's say tomorrow you decide to convert to being a Muslim. That does not make you then indigenous to Mecca. Okay?
Just to clarify, I'm Blue and I'm just on the panel. I haven't been the one to speaking. It's the
Oh, I
guy on the call.
apologize. Oh, I am so sorry,
I don't
Blue.
mean
I
to, I don't
The
mean to,
person talking
YouTube
is
comment.
Yeah.
his name is
I don't
Andrew.
mean to I don't mean to interrupt you, but when
Yeah.
when
I apologize,
Palestine
Blue.
was in the hands
No
of
problem.
when Palestine was in the hands of Jordan under King of what's his name, Abdullah, there was no free Palestine movement. Just like when Egypt had the Gaza Strip, nobody was saying free Palestine from Egypt.
So
it's only when the Jews got there that they
So
started chanting,
that's
you know, free.
incorrect. That's incorrect. The Jews were slowly moving into Palestine, and they were actually there were Jewish people in the land of Palestine. There were Christian people in the land of
Yeah,
Palestine.
of
There were
course.
pagans for hundreds of years for the Jews, and for thousands of years for others. Right. So when we talk about it belonging to Jordan, it never belonged to anyone. There was always a movement and there was always a struggle for Palestinians to fight off occupiers. I'm not sure if you heard about how many different types of occupiers tried to conquer Palestine and failed miserably. The only time it worked out is when Palestine was weakened again by the British. Palestinians never said that no one was welcome into their land. As a matter of fact, it's the Holy Land, right? For many, it's a very near and dear to their hearts. Palestinians were always welcoming. They were the ones who welcomed in the Holocaust survivors in 1941 in the port of Haifa, right? So Palestinians are not terrorists. They're not violent by nature. They don't want to unalive everyone, because if that was the case, then you wouldn't have Ashkenazi families babysitting Palestinian children and vice versa. Why do you think that Israelis actually go around claiming things like falafel, hummus, baba ghanoush, zaytu za'atar? Why is it that they go around cosplaying our culture? The reason that they go around cosplaying our culture is because we taught it to them. Modern day Hebrew actually consists of 12,000 Arabic words. So if you hear someone Israeli speaking, they will actually say ani, which is ana in Arabic. We are the ones who taught them that. They actually stole our language and cosplayed as us for over 100 years, right? So no, Palestinians have no issues with people, I'm sorry, in our land. We have no issues with people coming into our land, visiting, worshiping, and even being a part of our society. We do have an issue with occupation and land theft and home theft and children theft and the unaliving of our children and our families and the cosplaying of us. Go ahead.
If it was about if this was about occupation, then why before the state of Israel, like they were the Muslims, the Muslims extremists, why were they killing Jews? They killed Jews in 1937 and 1929. They were killing Jews in Europe.
Andrew.
They were killing Jews in Australia.
Andrew, I know you hear me. Andrew, this is the last time I'm going to ask you to do this. You've been asked by almost everybody on this panel, and you've been corrected to do so. Jewish people, say that. You can restart your sentence as long as you say Jewish people.
Okay, I'll say Jewish. Okay, so yeah, so these Arabs, not the Arabs, the Muslims.
No, because that still removes their personhood. Jewish people.
Well, yeah, I'll say the Jewish
and
people.
then you can don't say Arabs, say Arabic. Like you can say Arabic people, like classify. They are people.
I just say Muslim. I just say Muslim.
Muslim people.
The Muslim extremists.
Muslim people.
Yeah,
Muslim people.
No, because I don't think all Muslims are bad. I'm talking about the extremists.
No.
You're missing the point.
They're
you're removing people's you're removing people's personhood. It's no different from when people call us blacks.
Oh, what do you want me to say?
I'm a black person.
Thank you, Blue.
Okay, all right. So you want me to say the Arabic? The
Can you
Arabic
just
people.
say the Palestinians? Can you say Palestinians?
Okay, the Palestinians.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. So the Palestinians, and this because the Palestinians, when they tried to assassinate the Jordanian king, they were kicked out. A lot of them
wrap up this goddamn
ended
call.
up in Lebanon. They basically, Lebanon was mostly Christian. They basically took over Lebanon. I don't know what's going on up there, but before Israel was even a state, there was the massacre of Jewish people all over the place.
By whom? By whom?
By Europeans, by
What? Okay.
Arabic.
All due respect. We, the Palestinians, are not responsible for what actions Europe took against the Jewish people.
Not just Europe.
It is not our responsibility.
I'm not blaming them for
owe
that.
the Jewish people reparations for what happened to them. However, we did offer them an abode, and we felt sorry for what had happened, and we allowed them to come into our land and infuse themselves into our culture. Just so you know, there are many Orthodox and Hasidic Jews who currently live, Jewish people, I apologize, Aries, who live in Palestine, who are completely against the Zionist state. And every day they are persecuted, every day they are beaten, and every day they are mistreated by Israelis and by Zionists. I just wanna make that clear to you.
Yeah, I just mentioned that there were anti-Zionist Jews. I was just talking about that from before. There were. You were correct.
Andrew,
there were
this
Jews
is, this is Andrew. Let me help you here because I feel like this is a gap that you're missing here. So you've gotten to where the primary settling happens. A lot of Europeans start showing up who are Jewish, right? Start showing up in Palestine and are accepted, right? Like there is a larger Jewish than anybody else population, specifically and only in the city of Jerusalem, and in the rest of Palestine, they are a vast minority. You understand? Like we're talking the 1920s to 30s here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what happens now is two major events. And I want you to look these up in your own time, feel free. One is the Lavon affair, okay? Lavon, the Lavon affair. And the other is the Yemenite baby affair. Now, basically, what ended up happening is only Jewish people from Europe wanted to move to the Holy Land. A lot of other populations of Jews, including in Iraq and in Morocco, were incredibly well established, like had been there for over 1,000 years well established. And so they had no problems, right? They lived in perfect harmony with the people around them who were Muslims, okay? And what ended up happening is this was unacceptable for the people who were seeing the future creation of the state of Israel. They needed those native-seeming Jews to move to the specific Holy Land. And so what they did is they launched a series of you know the word I'm going around here, tea campaigns in those areas, okay, where they bullied the Jewish populations in Iraq and in Morocco and in all of these other Arab places into saying, you have to come to the Holy Land. It's the only safe place. But it actually turned out the whole time that it was the Jewish Zionist project that was behind those tea attacks in those Jewish populations. And not only that, then we have the Yemenite baby affair, which says that as recently as the 1980s, Jewish Ashkenazi families in Israel were receiving stolen children from Yemeni Jewish backgrounds and raising those children as their own, much as we've seen in America with the indigenous treatment and in Canada with the not reservation houses, but excuse me, the residential houses. And so like the problem that we see here is these people are co-opting the native genetics at the same time as they believe they're playing a role. You can look up yourself in the 1910s and 20s, I believe, In the New York Times, there were articles from the Zionist project in which they actually are showing off Palestinian outfits and saying that you can dress in the native wear, secure your new summer home in the Holy Land. And again, there is a headline from the World Zionist Congress in 1899, I believe it's July, in the New York Times about how Zionists will colonize will colonize Palestine. So again, like we're putting not only the cart before the horse here, we're pretending the horse never existed, and this is just foolish.
Okay.
Because
No,
you and
I
I
looked up. You
both
said the
know.
Levant affair. Yeah, because I don't know about that.
Tap
So
the
I'll
goddamn
look that up. That
screen.
sounds
We're
interesting.
almost at 600K. I'm tired.
So again, Andrew, we know what happens if we deny the horrors that built
Love ya.
a thing. That thing gets to be horrible because it was built to be horrible. And the problem here, as a Jewish person, again, Andrew, the problem here is if you want to do another little leg research, look up why Albert Einstein refused to be Israel's first prime minister. You can look up
Okay.
the letter yourself. He wrote a letter.
Okay.
He knew where this
Okay,
was going, and ethnic dominance always leads to G-side. Always.
Okay. Before I go, because I know y'all want to get onto some other callers. Well, my last point is in 1948, when they were promising, what was it called,
Balfour Declaration.
it was
Balfour
promising a Jewish
Declaration.
state, and then what was it called? It was promising a Jewish state and an Arab state. What was the name of that document?
He's talking about the the 1948 division agreement, Rafa. What's the word again? I'm having a
forgot.
blank.
It was called
It was the Balfour Declaration that happened in
the Balfour
1948. But
Declaration.
yes. Oh, okay. So when a white man, a European man, decided that he was going to gift this, and this was through the Havara Agreement, right? So the entire time, not only did Schmittler commit the atrocities that he committed, but then he also was in agreement, just so you know, under the table with England in order to take over that land. So it was all a play. Yeah. So I cannot come to your house with a visitor and promise them half of your house. I cannot. Do you understand it in those terms? And make you live in the bathroom. Yeah, okay. Well, that's how I feel as a Palestinian. Yeah.
But the land was owned by the British, was it not?
No, it was not. I cannot come to your house and claim that I own your house through violence, and then say that I owned it.
Yeah, but then the Ottomans had it before the British.
Yeah,
right?
The Ottomans conquered. Yes, they conquered. This is all colonization over and over again. Yes, they conquered and they colonized, and the Palestinians fought back. The Greeks came and colonized, and the Palestinians fought. The Romans colonized, fought back. So we've been fighting back. The only reason why it worked this time is because every single European nation, every single church in the West specifically, and the United States of America all came together to fund this project.
But who was the president of Palestine though? Who was the prime minister, the president? Who was
They had certain leaders, like for example, Hajj Amin al-Husseini. Andy, please, are you reading Hasbara? Who was the first president of Israel?
No, I'm saying, it was
Andrew, stop it. Andrew,
it was Hajj Amin al-Husseini.
Andrew, who's the president of China? Andrew, who's the president of China?
Your boy Xi Jinping.
Okay, who's the president of? Wait, hold on. Who's the president of Great Britain?
That isn't it that terrible guy? What's his name? Steimer.
The president of Great Britain is Keir Starmer.
He's like a prime minister or something like that.
Oh, so are you saying that England doesn't have a president?
Well, I mean, like, who was the prime minister
Well,
of Palestine?
no. Hold on, no backpedal on me now. So, like, are you saying that England doesn't exist because they don't have a president?
No, they have a prime minister.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that other titles can exist for a place to exist as a
Well, they have. Well, it's
recognized
not just
area.
that. It's not just that. You have borders. You have a currency.
What about
you have a
what about?
military.
Oh yeah, so like coinage is one. Like Palestine had minted coinage in the early 1900s. Does that count?
God bless you.
Wait, what was the currency that they were using?
railroads?
Were they using
Hey.
Ottoman currency or they were using their own Palestinian currency?
They were using Palestinian shekels. What about railroads? Does that count? What about an airport? Does that count in the early in
No, I'm saying, did they have a?
Yeah, no. I'm listing you things that Palestine had. So what about the fact that Gauze is named after Gaza? What about these things, sir? Like, do you think this
No, I'm just
matters?
asking.
Or hold on, Andrew. Or do you think maybe the really relevant point here is that children are losing their lives, like right now, like this very moment?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Okay.
didn't Israel offered them multiple?
No. I didn't say whose children, Andrew. I just said children. So I
thought you were talking
assume
about
that you care about all children, right? Like children are
yes.
innocent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if children are innocent, right, then children's lives need to be protected, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in your opinion, if there is a modernized military occupying a land of an indigenous people and doing a current genocide while ethnic cleansing that population off of that area of the map, what, in your opinion, is the most successful and proven method to ensure the health and future of all of the children of that area?
God bless you.
Thank you, Gary.
For Hamas to lay down their weapons and surrender.
So bully, right? Bully and victim. You want the victim to kneel and give up, and you think the bully is going to stop.
So you think Hamas are freedom fighters?
I think that they are by definition resistance. And if we understand that resistance is protected by international law and human morality, then we understand that resistance only exists because of an oppressing force. Meaning that if the oppressing force doesn't exist, there is no need or purpose in a resistance. There will be no resistance existing without an oppressing force, right? Otherwise, it's not called a resistance.
I understand, but
right?
raping teenage girls at a rave is not resistance.
Yeah, no one's talking about that. Kit had their hand up for a second, then Rafa, then Ari.
And I just want to start mine off by thanking Rafa and Delivery, because I always feel like I learn so much about my heritage and my ethnicity when I'm on panels like this, and I do deeply appreciate it because I don't feel connected enough. I wish I was more so. I'm working on it. But Andrew, what I really need you to understand is that when you sit here and spew pro is not real rhetoric, what you are actually doing is helping more anti-Semitic feelings occur. Because those of us with a heart and empathy and a brain are watching what happens, and we understand that it's not okay. We understand the complexities of it, and we understand how long it's been going on, and that it is a genocide and people are losing their lives, and that this was not our lands in the first place. The majority of Jewish people are not, in fact, Zionists outside of is not real. That is not what we stand for. And I need you to stop spouting this rhetoric. It is hurting Jewish populations across the globe to sit here and be as pro-Zionist as you are speaking right now. This is what puts us in danger, is the way that you are talking. I just need you to understand that. But thank you, Rafa and Delivery, so much for all of this information.
Thank you, Kit.
Go ahead.
Well, I gotta go, guys. I do appreciate y'all taking
Andy,
my
before you
call.
go, before you go, really quick, you asked about the first currency that Palestinians used, right? I'm getting ready to blow your mind. You ready? Do you know what the word Palestine means in Arabic? Palestine?
Yeah, it's Palestine.
No.
That the Romans,
Palestine. Palestine. Yeah, hold on. I'm going to translate it for you. Palestine means literally a coin made from clay. Palestine, just so you are aware, that is how long Palestine and Palestine has existed. That was the currency that they originally used. And good night to you.
Good night. Thank you.
Andrew, wait a second. Can you do me a favor? Are you still there? Okay, great. So you've learned a lot, and I hope you understand that all of this circles back. You've said that it's bad to kill children, right? You are against the murder of children, especially innocent children. So with that in mind, can you rebuke Donald Trump for killing 168 schoolgirls in Iran?
I didn't hear what was the last part you said?
Can you rebuke Donald Trump for the murder of 168 schoolgirls in Iran?
Yeah, if that happened, if that was confirmed by the U.S.
Say it in a
military,
full
then yes, I condemn
sentence.
that.
Say it in a full sentence with Donald Trump's
Yes,
name.
I condemn that.
No,
Yes, I
no, no,
condemn
no.
Donald
Say it in a
Trump.
full.
Yes.
Oh, wow. We broke
Yes.
through.
Do you condemn the IRGC for killing 42,000 people?
They didn't kill that many, but yes, the murder of their
Yeah,
own
they did.
civilians is deplorable.
Yeah, they did
The
kill that many.
the IRGC murdering their own civilians is deplorable, and it should have never happened. Do you see how easy that is? It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that many. It wasn't that many. The
I'm
only amount that
surprised.
is confirmed is 12,000 at most is
Nah,
confirmed.
What?
Yeah, you don't
Nah,
know. No.
Well, it was more than that, but I'm surprised you condemned it.
It was
Okay.
12,000.
Why should
Why
be
is that
surprised?
surprising? I
What
do
the
it
fuck
every day.
What do you mean you're surprised that we condemn that?
I don't know. A lot of leftists support the IRGC.
No, the fuck
Oh my
they
God.
don't. What?
They do not.
When I talk to them, they do.
I don't think you
That we
understand
don't.
what a leftist is, dude.
He does not.
I ain't say all
Saying
of
that
them.
we
I'm
don't
just saying the
want
ones that I spoken
Andrew,
to, they support
Andrew, saying we don't want a country to be attacked and their civilians to be unalived is not supporting a certain government. What are you talking about?
I
No,
support
there's
another
some
country's
people that
sovereignty. That's all. They have the right to their own sovereignty and not have it Americanized imperialism imposed upon them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it was the leftists and socialists that put the Ayatollah in power, along with the Islamists in 1979. Anyway. So,
Can you condemn Israel killing children in Gaza? Can you condemn Israel killing children in Gaza? Yeah.
no.
We were on that call for an hour and 3 minutes.
Yeah, so here's the Andrew lore. So he calls into the show that I co-host on, right? But he calls into their live, right? He will wait on hold for hours for the entire show. He will watch a 3-hour show, not get his call picked up, go to the next one and call into that show and wait another 3 hours whether he gets his phone answered or not. He has nothing better to do but to call anti-Trump lives all day.
I always laugh at the people who come up in the chat and spam, all you guys do is cry about Trump every day. Like, I just responded to one on YouTube. I'm like, and you're here every day.
Rafa, I know because I'm in a different network and they run two different channels where they're on live for about 8 to 10 hours a day. So he's on a list.
Oh, a list is crazy.
Yeah,
YouTube,
that's why he's danger.
I will get those stickers added to here in a second. I have stickers over here for the drop songs and stuff. I'll add them over here as well. But on that note, I'm tired. That was a very necessary conversation. Big W's to everyone who came up, particularly Rafa and Delivery, because listen, I can only go so far with that shit, and then everything else is out of my damn wheelhouse, and y'all knocked that shit out the park. So big W's to every last one person, every one of them here. Can we get some last minute gifts to these fantastic individuals, please, before we wrap up? I'm gonna find out who we're going to raid. Let me start with YouTube. But yeah, big
And
W's
I
to you
just
guys.
really want to thank Rafa and Delivery again. Thank you both so much. I really feel like I learn more on these panels than I do reading anything that I try to look up.
Bill is live.
Ari, Kit, Blue, Hector, and of course, Delivery.
Thank you guys for the follows. Hit that follow button in the top left corner. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're also welcome to roll your R with my name. My name is
Ari.
Hebrew.
Ari, yes, Ari. Thank you so much for everything. Anyone who's here who is unaware of what's going on, please watch a documentary, really quick documentary. It's called Tantura. Tantura. Please watch it. Tantura. Hector, you are amazing, and I hope to join you again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You are welcome back anytime. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so
Much love, everybody. Hector, you busted my gut. I was on mute laughing my butt off when you busted out the music on the last run around. Like, nah, we're not doing this again.
Absolutely not. First off, I deal with Zionists. I cuss them out and I get them out the panel. But you guys turn into a very educational space, and I appreciate that. Fuck Zionists.
Sometimes you let me yell at them.
Fuck Zionists. That's all I got. Fuck Zionists.
Agreed.
I mean, I like to talk over them if like it's educatable around them. That dude had like the Hasbara like version 1.0 book, which is very funny, but like, I mean, it's just gross, like, because there's different levels to like the types of Zionists you'll deal with, and that I don't even really think that guy really cared about what he was saying. He was just pretty much like script reading.
He doesn't ever learn. The reason why I said he's on a list. He's on a no fly list basically. No one will talk to him anymore. So he's managing to somehow find other spaces to call. But he's never called me, which is quite surprising.
You ever seen him get like emotional?
No.
No, he talks the same way no matter what.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's like, I don't want to call him an agent because people overuse that shit, but like, if it talks like a duck, walks like a duck, there are people who get paid for various sources and various means of ill repute.
He's an odd duck.
YouTube, few of the people speaking, to my knowledge, do not have a YouTube channel. So they're just on the TikTok side. Those of you on the TikTok side, scroll over. Hector talks for 2 hours. Follow the panel really quickly. W's in the chat to Taffy for the $10 super chat. W panel, heart and brains. Yeah, that was a lot of heart, a lot of brains. Big W to the panel. I'm tired and I'm hungry actually, and I'm starting to get a headache, so I need to go fix that. We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Just the Bill. His topic is why everything got to be about race with y'all. He's talking to Trump supporters, and it's a damn good question because, boy, they can't shut the hell up about race. So we're going to show him some love and support. YouTube, none of my mutuals are live that I can raid tonight, so you guys go wherever. I appreciate all the love and support that came. Hit the like button.
But wait, Hector. They can follow Bill, or they can sub to Bill's YT at Bill on the block without a K. Yeah, it's Bill on the block without a K. He just isn't using it to go live yet.
Okay, got you. So, well, let me subscribe really quickly, and then I'm going to copy and paste this for YouTube. He's not live on there, but you might as well go subscribe. He is a pretty great content creator. So I just pasted it in the chat.
He makes me with my ASD brain laugh, so that takes effort.
There you go. Pinned. Go ahead and check that out. How about universal childcare? Always. So thank you so much, YouTube. Go ahead and copy and paste that pinned message, Bill on the block. Once again, thank you for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscriptions, the super chats, the super stickers, the gems, jewels, all that shit. Thank you guys so much. And I will see y'all. Oh yeah, I'm going on break. So
yeah.
I don't
You'll be back with me on Monday at least. I don't know, but where else are you gonna be?
Yeah. So the next time you should expect me is maybe Sunday. But if not, 6 p.m. Monday with Ari. We're going to be co-hosting together. So you'll see me then maybe. I'm tired. I need a break from this shit, and that's what I'll be taking this weekend. So, you know, you want to pay for my shot, hit up them links. But thank you so much, YouTube.